Dynasty Dogs run fast.
What is going on, everyone? Welcome into my dog's favorite podcast, the Dynasty Dogs live NFL Draft Round 1 edition. I am your host for this evening, Michael Anthony. With me, as always, is the man who will ask the wait staff to give the same number of flats as they do drums when he orders wings, just so he cannot eat the drums. My co-host, Rich McAteer. How you doing?
How many times you practice that in the mirror?
A couple times. I told you I have all rich factoids in a little notepad on my phone.
I don't need any drums. I'm just thrown off by the fact I look up at my TV and I got Lil Wayne and Roger Goodell riding bicycles across the stage. That was I didn't have that on my bingo card.
Oh wow. I'm behind a little bit, so I just saw Lil Wayne come out on the.
You just saw Lil Wayne rolling out there.
Yeah, looking like Jigsaw.
Well, you hear a third voice. We brought back our good friend Chev. Two episodes in 2 weeks. Chev, how you doing? And I know you see Cam Ward 2025 down there. Are you ready?
Hey, listen. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you if Cam Ward is not in two-tone blue in about 12 minutes, I'm exiting the podcast. I'm exiting podcasting altogether, and I will just be doing play-by-play on North Korean basketball, 37 and under leagues from here on out. That's where I'm at. Otherwise, you know me, man. Any day on this side of the dirt's a good one. But this will be as close to a bad day as I can have if Cam Ward is not a Titan in about 12 minutes.
I was going to ask you, are you going to start sweating if they take the full 10?
If they take, look, man, I
think they take the full 10.
You just playing with your food at this point. So let's not stand on ceremony. Like he should have walked out. He should have walked out to that motherfucker with Roger Goodell. That's what I want.
On a bicycle. He should have had pegs on a bicycle and just him on the back.
He's just on the back, like, hey, it's me, the number one pick, guys. Have them motherfucker parachute to the stage.
Is there any chance he's not the number one pick? Any chance?
Man, again, if he's not, then I will be only broadcasting North Korean basketball 37 and under leagues.
What if they take Shador? What if they throw the biggest curveball in all of? I know you like Shador a bit, so I know it's time to be the biggest.
My answer does not change, bro. I'm telling you what I'm doing. If Cam Ward is not the pick, if they decide that Cameron Ward, okay, from West Columbia, Texas, 0-star recruit, okay, finished 4th in the Heisman voting in 2024, okay, if that guy is not the motherfucking number one pick, then I am quitting podcasting and I'm only going to watch and commentate on North Korean basketball 37 and under leagues. I think 8-point shooters in North Korean basketball. Can you tell me? No, but I'll be able to tell you in about 48 hours if Cam Ward ain't the number one pick.
Have you seen the 37 and under football leagues? I see their clips pop up on my Instagram all the time. Those dudes are just smoking each other out there. It's fucking crazy.
The thought of that is really appealing. And then I think about the fact that, like, I work an office job. Like, how am I gonna look coming in a body cast on Monday? Like, what did you do? So, man, just some normal grilling, maybe some like traumatic football, you know. I mean, I can't go on my UPS route because I can't, both of my ankles are in boots or whatever. So, yeah, like I think about it, I'm like, man, that would be really fun. But then it's like, man, some of those dudes ain't got to go to work tomorrow. And they play like it.
Yeah, they're off on Tuesdays or Mondays. Yeah. So they got to worry about it. Well, the Titans are officially on the clock. Let me put the ticker up there. There we go. There's no possible way I see this being other than Cam Ward, like we said a bunch of times. Mm-hmm. I heard today, listening to the NFL Network broadcast, that Roger Goodell has 3 separate cards when it comes to Travis Hunter whenever he's picked. I heard that he's going to announce him as cornerback and wide receiver. He's got one that says just wide receiver, and he's got one that says just cornerback. Are we going to be on the watch for that? Rich, we'll start with you.
I don't, dude. Does he take his ball and go home if he gets one or the other? Remember, I said he's not going to come out. We talked about it last week. He's like he's going to retire.
He's
I don't
gonna
know.
pull
Hey,
Stone Cold Steve Austin on us.
there's one card he better read, and that's wide receiver / corner.
Oh, we're on the clock, baby.
Yep,
We're on the clock.
down to 9 minutes.
Why
So you're
am
gonna
I
be watching for that Travis
nervous?
Hunter pick, Chev?
Say it again.
You gonna be watching for that Travis Hunter pick? What
mean,
Goodell says?
Man, if we pick, yeah. I mean, I'm sorry. I am just keyed up right now about like they're talking about Will Levis. Just they put Will Levis stats up here. So one, I blacked out a little bit. Just went back to week 1 with the hands on his head. With the whole, with the Bears in week 1. Like I went back to that moment. So yeah, it would be dope. It's gonna be dope if he introduces him as a wide receiver and a cornerback. But at the same time, I just need clarity.
Right.
I need clarity. And the team that drafts him is going to give us clarity. If it's the Giants, I think he's playing primarily corner. If it's the Jags, he's probably gonna do a lot of both. If it's the Browns, they've already said he's playing primarily wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
I just seen Cam Ward on the phone, so that's good news.
Yeah, we know. Hey, we know what's going on. We know what's going on, baby. We know.
What's crazy to think about is this is like the greatest day of Cam Ward's life, arguably right now. What do you think Will Levis feels like? Like a real sack of shit right now. He's like, come on, no whammies, no whammies, no whammies.
Well, do you think he gets traded?
Yeah, he's got. I mean,
he's got to get traded. He's got to
trade him. I mean, it's not. It's very clear that he's not a part of the team's plans. They asked Borgonzi if he wanted. He's like, what? So Will Levis, he's a quarterback in our room right now, and he's just going to be a part of that room. And it was the most telling piece of nothing words that I've ever heard in my entire life. I just, so yeah, man. Hey, look, wish the guy the best. Wish him the best. Okay.
Pack his bags and get the hell out of here.
Hey, bro. Y'all just said y'all were looking for.
You ain't got to go home. You got to go home, but you can't stay here. He's thrown out like DJ Jazzy Jeff in Fresh Prince episode.
Hey, yes. Hey, soon. Hey, we get to the facility tomorrow. Cam Ward walks in. He's gonna duck because flying Will Levis's body is gonna be on the way out, catapult style over him.
How quick is that Cam Ward jersey in your cart on Fanatics website?
Oh, brother, I have been hiding money from my wife for weeks now to do whatever it takes to do Cam Ward propaganda in here.
You might be better off driving all the way to the damn stadium, picking it up the jersey before you get it in from Fanatics from the mail. I'll tell you that much. It'll be week 9 by the time it shows up.
That's crazy. So funny story about that. One of my buddies is a huge Charger fan. And so he somehow or another, he gets Denzel Perryman when Denzel Perryman was a Charger to respond to him on Instagram. Like maybe it was from like a comment and he was like, yeah, DM me. It's like, man, I'm a huge Chargers fan, really love the way you play the game, blah, 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 blah. He's like, yeah, man. He's like, send me a jersey. I'll autograph it and send it back to you. And so this was Denzel Perryman's last year in Los Angeles, or it was still San Diego at the time, I believe. And
Damn.
What happened? Did we lose?
I don't know. Where'd Mike go? Look at him.
Yeah, did we lose Mike?
I think we might have. Mike, you there?
Yeah, what happened? Bro, is this Skynet? Bro, if Skynet ruins Cam Ward 2025, I will be pissed. I'm going to be
live show, white screen
live show. We're blaming Skynet.
He'll be back, I'm sure. What happened with the jersey? Did he ever get it signed or what?
So he mails the jersey off, right? And then like at the end of the season that year, Denzel Perryman gets cut or whatever, or is a free agent and goes somewhere else. And so he just never got the jersey back. Like
Damn.
never got the jersey back. Never responded to another DM. Nothing.
Damn, he burned him for a jersey?
Burnt him for a jersey. Well, I don't even know if he burnt him. It's just like, you know.
Yeah, he said it got lost in the mail.
You could have at least sent him like a Raiders jersey or wherever you went next and been like, my bad, bro. But he didn't even respond to the DM. So I was like, oh,
He opened that jersey and was like, fuck that.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, damn, they caught me. Mike, what on earth is going on, dude?
I don't know. I lost Wi-Fi connection.
That's crazy, bro.
Of course. I got it hooked up on my phone for now until it comes back up. But
I know it looks like you're shooting from a goddamn razor.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, he said, let me open my flip phone. I'm like, hey, I'm live here. And he does the old man shot where it's like under his fucking face, like looking up, like, what?
Have the Titans picked yet?
How do I get this stream to work?
Is this your friends? Richard, is this your friends? Have the Titans picked yet?
The biggest show of the year.
Yeah, the pick is in.
What do you mean? Is your TV also off?
The internet is gone. I don't know what part you're not getting about that.
You live around the corner from me. How's your internet not working?
I don't know.
Here it comes. Oh my God, it's Travis Hunter. You're behind.
I saw how quick Chef looked down. He's like, oh.
I'm looking at the scrum behind you guys.
There he is. 6'1", 5'8", 219, senior class. Yep. Cam Ward.
Nice.
1 overall. Good for him. See you later, Will.
Well, now, Chev, your initial thoughts, obviously.
Basically, all I gotta say is I don't give a piss about nothing but the Titans. I mean, Super Bowl, Super Bowl. I mean, gotta be the 5th favorite team in the AFC South now. Gotta be
5th favorite team in the AFC. Hey, you brought in Tyler Lockett.
Yeah, I mean, look, you just bringing in old decrepit wide receivers.
Yeah,
just throw that ball to Tajay Spears. In all seriousness, it's great. It's great. I mean, we've talked about the intangibles of Cam Ward, but just the story itself is weaved into the fabric of what makes a football player, and that's what Cam Ward is. Like I am so excited. I'm so excited to have him in two-tone blue. I think that he's going to be the guy, and they're doing everything they can to start to surround him with weapons. So super exciting. I'm thrilled. I can't wait to see what he looks like on the field. I think this is going to be a plus for all of the current weapons in Tennessee, and I'm anxious to see what else we do to add to that.
All right, I don't
know if we can call them weapons. They might be just pea shooters at this point, but
I mean, Calvin Ridley's still solid. Chig's solid. I think Chig is really good.
I like him. He's underrated.
He's been hampered by dog shit quarterback play
for
a long time. But I mean, you give him the ball and see that there's something there.
Yeah, did you see this? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. There's a trade. Jacksonville traded up to 2.
No way.
What?
Jacksonville moved up to 2.
Is that for serious?
Traded the 5th overall pick. Yeah, it was too fast for me to read off there, but yeah, they moved up to 2.
And
who is it?
Travis Hunter.
Oh, that's fucking sick, dude. That's so crazy. Fuck. I thought the whole time they were saying a 5 and taking Ashton Jenkins. That's crazy. Damn.
Yeah, Jags are on the clock.
Damn, I do not want to play Cam Ward twice a year. I mean, I don't want to play Travis Hunter twice a year for.
Oh my God, your corners are going to be fucking cooked. Or
this is
ARP wide receiver.
Yeah, exactly. Like
fucking. Oh,
That's great. Or what, dude? What if they traded up for Abdul Carter?
No, there's no way.
Right?
They've got Josh. They just spent the number 1 pick on an edge rusher, and Josh Allen's Hines 57 is on a second contract.
That's just that's wild to me. I think it's like you're going to take Hunter, wide receiver, and then Brian Thomas, whatever. They're giving Lawrence every weapon possible. You know what I mean? They're not giving him
$200 million. You got to.
Yeah, you have to
for sure.
That's a big my guy.
Yeah, it is a big your guy.
You big Trey, you big T-Law guy?
Yeah.
Man, I made him my bring home the bacon player. So on our podcast, we have, instead of doing my guys like the fantasy footballers, we could bring home the bacon. And I made Trevor Lawrence my bring home the bacon guy in 2023. It didn't work out well for me.
No. Dude, I think I made him I think I said he was going to be top 5 last year. We know how that turned out for me.
Man, I don't understand why he's not better at football. I genuinely don't.
He just doesn't take it as seriously because he thinks he's that good, is what I've seen.
Well, okay, so watch guys with clearly less natural ability, like Brock Purdy, like Kirk Cousins, and then watch Trevor Lawrence play, and you're like, why is this dude not better? He very clearly has the arm strength and the velocity to do all the things.
Right.
And it's like, man, what the fuck?
Well,
yeah, I don't get it either. It's like Jacksonville 1-2 should be coming up. That's fine. Just keep it like that, Mike. You're glitching like a motherfucker. So just.
Am I really? Still?
Sometimes.
Oh, am I better
when
now?
You were just clicking that, your face was like.
That's because I'm having a mini stroke because I just don't know how I keep losing internet. I don't lose it ever. And then we have our biggest show.
Well, stop having fucking Boost Mobile internet and fucking get your shit together, dude.
You know what's crazy? We can't have Verizon, but the block over can have Verizon. We can only have Xfinity, which is crazy.
Yeah, that's the same with
I don't even know how
that's the same with me. Like we can't. So AT&T fiber is not available in my neighborhood, but you go to the neighborhood that let's say there's houses that are like 5 or 6 years older than mine. This is a new subject. Like the place I live is super fun. It's like it didn't exist like 10 years ago. So you go to the neighborhood, like the first like subdivision that was built, and they can have fiber. I'm like, bro, what the fuck?
So bullshit. I'm just shocked that Jacksonville actually did this, though. They don't seem like a team that ever does anything like this.
Well, that's the problem. That's the problem is they just never, they just never did. They don't do stuff. Like Baltimore, like, oh, does he meet my measurables? And then starts fucking Farmer Fran in the sprinkler, just like he didn't want Aiden Hutchinson, but you got Trayvon Walker had a good year last year, but Aiden Hutchinson was going to win Defensive Player of the Year before he broke his leg.
Yeah, Trayvon Walker definitely. His first 2 seasons were rough. Last year he looked better though. I remember talking about that with somebody.
No, last year was his second season.
I thought he was been in 3 years.
No.
So
he was the number 1 pick in 2023.
No, that's a Stroud year.
What is the trade?
Wait.
Stroud and Bryce Young were 2023.
Here comes the pick. Here comes.
Damn, you are right. You're right.
All right, who the Jags?
Oh yeah.
The Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year Award, presented by Nationwide.
This is gonna be really interesting.
There's no way, bro.
Each year, who best represents greatness?
Shador Sanders.
This sounds like the same radio Lou Gehrig gave his fucking speech on. What am I listening to?
Walter Payton, NFL Man.
There's no way. There's no way that they're doing this.
Abdul Carter.
I think it's gonna blow you away who it actually is.
First off,
no, they need the coach to get up there and be like, Duval. That's all we need.
I want to say thank you to the commissioner.
Oh, come on.
You're welcome. Come on, you're welcome, dude. Come on.
Hey, bro, come on. Wrap this shit
right
up. Come on now.
Okay, that's enough of that. It's a beautiful speech you got going on, but I want to hear it. What if they take Genty at the 2?
I heard they like Genty.
I've heard that too, but it's got to be Travis Hunter. It's got to be. But I want to know what Cleveland got.
They put it on the screen. It was like a second-round pick, something else.
Oh my God,
Come on,
dude!
dude.
The Browns have traded the second pick to the Jacksonville Jaguars.
They traded it. They traded the pick.
Shut up.
In the 2025 NFL Draft. the
225.
Jacksonville Jaguars select Travis Hunter.
There it is.
Woo. Damn.
Wow.
So the Jags
Man, I was
Wow.
really hoping. I was really hoping against hope.
Yeah.
Really gets hope.
I was hoping against hope that it would be like Ashton Genty or some stupid shit like that.
Brian Thomas and Travis Hunter lining up on the outside for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I might still just be in the North Korean basketball. I can't. What are we supposed to do? What the fuck are you supposed to do about that?
Yeah.
You gotta bring back the corpse of Cortland Finnegan.
Yeah, Finnegan. Yeah, we're just gonna bring Cortland Finnegan out to just fight.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, get one of them thrown out with you.
That's still one of the best sequences in football, the Andre Johnson Cortland fight.
Oh,
That was
yes,
I love that.
Damn.
yes.
By the way, Andre Johnson, one of my favorite wide receivers of all time. But
yeah, I mean, how do you not like Andre Johnson?
another U? Not even the right U. It's this is the University of Colorado.
No, I'm saying you were talking about Andre Johnson.
Oh yeah, duh. My fault.
Come on, dude.
I wonder if they had they have to have
don't even
these
know what they-
jerseys prepared, right?
I watched a video of it, dude. It's fucking insane. Within
Is it?
90 seconds. Yeah.
All right, Jeff. Well, we will let you go here. Do you have any closing words for us? Any more pro Cam Ward propaganda you'd like to spread before we let you go?
All right, man. Cam Ward, top 12 quarterback in 2025. Book it.
Ooh, I
Hell
like
yeah,
it.
man. We love
I
it.
mean, I'm not telling the truth. I just felt like saying something hot takey.
Until it gets picked off by Travis Hunter week 1.
Hey, I got something real nice for you before I leave, Mike. You want to see it?
Oh boy, did you get it at
Oh,
Kmart?
baby.
I got it. It's real nice. I got a gift wrap for you. It's in Target. I got it from Target.
Chef, tell us where they can find you real quick before we let you.
Hey, bro, go to my Twitter. I made a link tree, so all the stuff I do is on the link tree. If you want to do that, follow me on Twitter X and all that stuff. And then if you want to listen to some stuff or read some stuff, it's on my link tree. So do that.
Hell yeah, man! And then you're heading over to do another show, right? You're
Yeah, I'm
your
popping over to the
Johnson show.
FFD, and we're gonna go live at about 8:00. I'm gonna get in there and do some shit right now.
It's
Well,
8:30.
8 o'clock your time.
I'm
Oh,
Central
all right.
Time, bro.
Okay, gotcha. I was gonna say you're about 30 minutes late. No,
Mike did it.
Time
He couldn't
zones.
put those two together.
no, I'm terrible at time zones.
All right, boys. I'll be in your comment section here shortly.
I got
All right,
you. I'll
man.
see
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, man. I appreciate y'all having me.
you
Talk
later.
to you.
We go from one
All right,
ball
so-
knower to my good friend and the main host of the Path to the Draft podcast, Nino Brown. Nino, how you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm excited. I think we got some fireworks already, huh?
I was just about to ask, how
A
did you
little
feel
bit.
about that?
And Trevor Lawrence, you're on the clock.
For real.
They
So-
give him everything.
So someone just sent me the details of the trade. I didn't see it. So
Yeah, I
Browns
was
are trading
wondering
number
what it
2
was.
overall. So
Mhm.
2 overall and a 4th round pick, 104, and the 6th at 200. Jags are trading the 5, 2nd round pick at 36, a 4 at
Damn.
126, and a 2026 1st round pick. Holy fucking wow.
I mean, that's the kind of thing you got to give up to get up there.
Shoo.
He said Gladstone said he was gonna go get players that would boost the ecosystem in the culture in Jacksonville. And I think when Travis Hunter said, "Don't make a mistake," they made
Damn.
sure they didn't make a mistake.
Yeah, for sure. Now, do you think he is a primary wide receiver or corner for Jacksonville?
He's playing offense. That's the whole reason why they traded Kirk
Yeah,
away and everybody
I
else.
would
He'll
think
be the
so.
wide receiver
Yeah.
too for them. Which all these people that said sell Brian Thomas in fantasy, they might want to eat that real quick because my boy's gonna be hard to be doubling Brian Thomas if you have Travis Hunter on the other side.
Yeah.
Good point. That is actually a very, very good point. I was wondering because, like, obviously this is all happening in real time, so I haven't been able to just sit down and think about it. But the fact that you have two, one guy who absolutely took the league by storm his rookie year, and a guy you just traded to get the second overall pick for, a lot of people think that could be the face of the league and a Heisman winner in Travis Hunter. You mentioned Trevor Lawrence has no excuses now.
Nah, I wouldn't be surprised if they targeted a tight end as well.
I was just about to say that. Yep.
Because they let Ingram go, but yeah, I mean, Parker Washington is another guy that I would probably target. Late in startups or whatever. Real late.
He's a nice little possession receiver.
Yeah, I mean, Travis Hunter is going to be playing all over the place on offense, but Parker Washington could be that three, that slot guy for them. So until they figure out a tight end, I would try to keep Parker Washington in my back pocket.
Now they're going to have
New York.
Do you think they go running back too? Because we saw a lot of Ashton Genty to the Jags.
Real quick, what do you think coming up? What do you think? It's the Giants right now. Say a name. Abdul Carter.
Yeah.
Come on.
All right. Hey, so that means Kate
is.
Thibodeau is on the move, correct? Like someone.
Yeah, gotta be.
We can't give Burns the bag like that and have Thibodeau there and go grab this guy. So somebody
got to be. I'm surprised they're that out on Thibodeau. I thought he was a solid piece. I know he had some injury issues last year, if I'm not mistaken, right? So
it's been 2 years of injury. He performed last season, like from the middle of the season to the end. Like he had a run and he was doing real well. But I mean, you can't give up on the generational talent, is what they call it, right? And Abdul Carter is that guy, but you pair him with Brian Burns on the other side. I think me, Rich, we could all play linebacker for the Giants and probably, get 100 tackles. You know what I'm saying?
They still have Dexter Lawrence too. Which is
that line is stout.
Yeah,
I heard that they were pissed off that the Jackson Dart interest got leaked. Like pissed. I heard that Joe Sheehan was throwing chairs this morning in meetings. So they weren't messing this up. They were going with the best talent available.
He's got to be sick going to New York, though. He's got to be sick.
I mean, right now,
big as an Eagle fan.
Hey, I mean, listen, he's going to. He's sick or you're sick.
No, him. I mean, he's a big
he's
Eagle
going
fan,
to the Big Apple, right? He's getting a bag, and guess what? If it all don't work out in the first contract, he gets to make his image and build his brand in the Big Apple. Yeah, Nike's gonna be throwing money at him. He's gonna be at commercials everywhere. Watch this dude make a bag before he even steps on the field.
And plus, if it doesn't work out there, we know how it works with superstars in New York, and it doesn't work out. They just come down to 95. They come down to 95 and they win Super Bowls. That's all they do, baby.
You know they go to any other team and get better.
Yeah, for real.
I love this pick for them, though. I mean, we have in the NFC.
I really thought they were going Dart there.
That's way too early. Way too early for Jackson Dart. Way too early.
I mean, yeah, I think if they do it, they'll move into the first again from the. What do they have? The second pick in the second round, I think it is.
Second or third. Hey, IDP guys, Bobby O'Creaky, bro. Like this guy's gonna have gaps to shoot through that'll be wide open like the Ted Williams tunnel. So my man is a guy in IDP like leagues I'd be scooping up for sure.
So hold on. Here's a good question. Our good buddy Daniel, Cleveland getting an early second, 36 overall. Do you see them going wide receiver? I actually think they go running back at 36.
Who's throwing the football, bro?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Good point. Also, who's throwing the football?
One of these quarterbacks at 36 has got to come off the board. I think Cleveland's doing what they said on the broadcast, bro. They need so many pieces, and they are hogtied in contracts. Because I heard Kirk Cousins there. That would be two of the worst contracts in football history on one organization. I don't think they would want to do that. So they're going to try to stack picks. I think they walk away in this draft with a quarterback because they need to on that cheap deal.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see. What do you think about like a Jalen Milroe going there at 36?
If Shedeur Sanders slides, bro.
Yeah, you think they move up?
I don't. I think they're banking on they don't have to move up. Like,
I think so. So are you saying who do you think goes first, Dart or Sanders?
I think Dart goes first. I think
Okay.
Pittsburgh
So
might
I'm
have
with-
a say in this as
All right.
well.
Okay. So someone, thank God, agrees that I think Dart's going first and then Sanders. I think
Yeah,
it's
he
going.
did everything right, though.
Yeah.
In the process, if you take Shedeur Sanders and Jackson Dart side by side and what these GMs want in the process, compete, show out, be that guy at the bowl game. Dart was the guy at the Senior Bowl, balled out for the quarterbacks, best one, right? Hey, go to the combine and do what you got to do. He went to the combine and did. Shedeur Sanders watched. Shedeur Sanders at the Shrine Bowl watched, right? And then when it came to pro day, he asked, "What do you guys want me to do, Jackson Dart? Okay, this is what I will do for you." Shedeur Sanders just made lollipop throws.
Yeah, it's exactly, dude. I've been saying that him not showing up to things is allowing his competition to get ahead of him, and that's why I think Dart got ahead of him. You know what I mean? He's relying
backwards.
He's relying a lot on his name.
He didn't go backwards, I don't think, but he let other guys pass him, whether it be quarterbacks or the players in this draft pass him, and they're like, I think maybe I'll take someone else, and he'll probably be there in the next round.
And the Patriots pick is in, by the way.
Oh,
who is it?
I want it to be Jalen Walker, but I think it's Will Campbell.
I was going to say, I think it's a lineman, offensive lineman.
If they take this dude, right? Like if they took Mbua, I would probably be happier, because if they take Campbell and they play him for 1 year at left tackle and decide that he's a guard next season, I'm pissed off, bro. You can't drop this. You can't fumble the bag here. Outside of Drake May's last draft, you fumbled the fucking bag, right? I'm sorry if I can't curse. I apologize.
No,
you can't.
And when you're sitting at the top of draft boards in the top 5 in back-to-back years, you can't fumble draft. This sets you back 10 years if they fumble this shit up.
Agreed. Yeah, if you got a guy if you think he's a tackle, if you take him a 4 and then you move him to guard in the next year, man, that ain't a good look. That ain't a good look at all.
Right? These top 5 guys, like even Kelvin Banks, they're saying is a guard from Texas. He was played tackle, but they're saying he's a guy. So like they're kind of all in the same group. Nobody kind of set themselves apart. You can't take that at 4. You have to take a playmaker, an impact player. And that's why I'd rather have Walker, right? Like, Genti would be cool pairing him with Drake May, right? Because in reality, Patriots don't have any secured future in running back. Ramondre Stevenson probably has one more good year left in him, and then he's sent out to pasture somewhere else. So they don't have anything there, but I can't justify the Patriots taking running back for in this day and age.
I think that Jacksonville moving up to 2 really, really shook up New England. I think because I think they were kind of, you know what I mean? They had a plan set, and then that kind of, screwed everything up going forward.
No, I think you think so? Because I think that those 4 players that were on the top in front of them were the same 4 players, just in a random order that were in front of them. I don't think that Abdul Carter, that was their hope and prayer that Abdul Carter fell to them before. But I think that they knew that 2 quarterbacks weren't going in the top 4. So they had to, if not, then Elliott Wolf should go find a job at Home Depot. Right? Because if you think that you're going to just get Lucky Charms at the end of the rainbow and it's going to be a pot of gold for you, right? And that's how you're banking on drafting guys, you're nuts. You don't deserve to be in that. You don't deserve to be in the position anyway, but then you don't deserve to be in that position. Mike Vrabel has to hold the wand here. He has to put the sack on the table and let everybody know who's the big man on campus. And Elliott Wolf, you can go sit in the back and watch it on TV, bro. Like, it has to be his draft. He has to set the tone, set the standard, and come in there and be like, Apollo, Creed, and Drago. Drago, sorry. It's time for you to sit down. It's Drago's time.
Now, I have a question for you. The one dude you mentioned, was that the tackle from Missouri?
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw a lot about him this morning. Obviously, tackle is not my forte, not my Matt forte, but I saw comps to Jason Peters for him. Now, why is he not getting the hype that, Will Campbell's getting, if that's the comp? Yeah, it's still an SEC team, though.
Yeah. It's Missouri. Okay. And then it's LSU.
True. Yeah.
Okay.
True.
But my thing is, I just think he has more longevity. I think he's more true tackle because he, I know I'm not, this is a concern, obviously, because when Will Campbell did get beat, he got beat by the guys that had longer arms.
Yeah. All right, here you go.
Here it comes now.
Do I throw up live on TV or?
Will Campbell.
There it is.
Will Campbell.
It was chalk, He probably going to live with Mike Vrabel for the first 3 months too. That's what I'm hearing. That he's that much of a Vrabel guy that Vrabel might offer him to live with him through camp.
I hate that suit, man. That is an atrocity what he's got on right now. Now I'm not the fashion expert here, but that suit is something.
Hey,
you gotta.
The candy
go with
cane
something.
kind of in green. You would thought he would have, wore maybe, some represent LSU or something like that.
He's
You know
got
what
the
I
Celtic
mean?
green on.
That's what you want to call it.
Oof.
Now-
God, yeah, he looks like he's gonna come up there with like a fucking big ass hat and be like, yeah, see, yeah, I'm going to
See, here's my thing,
see?
right? And arm strength, I get is the thing, right? But when you have 2,400 fucking snaps and you have allowed 4 sacks in 3 years, I'm pretty sure you did okay against some of the guys that had long arms.
Yeah.
You didn't go against all these stubby, short T-Rex guys every game that you were facing. So I think he's going to be all right, but I just don't want the move. So let this dude be the left tackle. You got a right tackle already. You know what I mean? And just move forward. Next piece to the puzzle, please.
He's built like a poorly stuffed scarecrow. He looks weird. That's not a good look. That suit's not now. I agree, Mike. That's not you got to go with something that
you show me a lineman that looks good in the suit. Show me an offensive lineman that looks good in the suit.
It's just a little too tight. Too tight.
It's just probably the best day of his life right now. He wanted to wear something that wasn't a trash bag on him. You know what I'm saying?
Good point.
But hey, his demeanor, the way this guy handles himself, is an absolute freaking pit bull. And I'm glad he came out and said, so before the combine and the draft, nobody gave a shit about the size of my arms. I was just a good football player. But now because they measured my arms, I'm not a good football player anymore.
Right. You couldn't tell anyone like you knew this guy's the size of his arms. You were just like watching, like, oh shit, he's good. Now they're like, oh, he's got little arms. Then all of a sudden you care. Come on.
That quarter inch.
Well, the Patriots didn't care at 4. They didn't care at 4. So
you tell me that a quarter inch matters?
Right. Well,
Pause.
someplace.
Come on.
That's
right, buddy. You get him.
Rich never lets anybody go. I'm surprised he let that one go for a minute.
Well, it's their first interaction. I gotta, warm up.
But I mean, to be honest, protecting Drake May is, the biggest part of the plan here now. Obviously. Sure. So, now he's crying.
No, he's crying. What a loser! What a loser!
Oh, at least it's not Caleb. Wasn't crying on the field to mom. You know what I mean?
True. Now, this is a good moment. This is a good moment for him. Let the kid have his moment. Damn it,
dude! You're Mr. Positivity. Come on.
He looks good in the Pats colors. I'll say that. The hat looks good on him. The suit, whatever, but the hat looks good.
That goatee is awesome.
Hey, wait, think about it though. After you got ridiculed for the past, month, and you still went in the top 5, you probably feels good for him.
Right.
Screw the haters, bro. I still made it.
This is like, hey, how long are my arms now?
Hey, look at those numbers. 85 overall, 87, 88, and 85. I mean, bro, you look at those numbers outside of the 8 3/4 length arms. It's off the charts. But he's a guy. He's a typical starting left tackle guy that you want to start your offensive line.
Yeah. Now the big thing in here is
Cleveland's pick is already in, dude. Holy shit.
That's quick.
They're already in. Dude, they made a fucking killing, dude. Wow. They made a killing on that trade. They knew the guy that they wanted
would be there when they drop back.
Damn, dude. Yeah, they knew he was going to be there. And yep, that's a fucking genius move.
So Nino, who do you think the pick is here? We'll start with you.
Bro, this one.
I'm
not gonna lie. I'm kind of thrown for a loop here because them dropping back. They need could they take Genty here and pass on a quarterback?
That would be the most Cleveland thing to do.
Dart.
Is to take the running back.
Oh, would they take Tet here and all the dropping of the Tet and pairing Tet? Who's the starting? Jerry Jeudy, right? What's he got left? 1 more year, or did they extend him?
I think he's got. No, they extended him. I think. Let me check.
So it's just Jeudy and then Cedric Tillman.
Hey, don't shit on Cedric Tillman on this podcast.
I think Tet's a little better than Cedric Tillman.
Oh well, yeah,
a little bit.
But again, you gotta have someone to throw the ball, and Kenny Pickett ain't the ticket.
No, hey, good call by you. I think, dude, do they take? I think they take a quarterback here.
So they have him until 2028.
All right. Yeah. So he's there 1, but you need a 2.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Judy's a 2.
I don't know, dude.
This is actually this is
These
probably
drafts
the
kind of
most-
stacked for wide receivers,
remember-
though.
No Nick Chubb, right? No Nick Chubb. He hasn't signed. He's coming off major injury. Jerome Ford's the only back there.
Oh wow.
Mason Graham, huh?
Well, we didn't see that coming.
No, I don't think
Okay.
mean,
Good
that's
for
a better
him.
looking suit there.
Mason
Wow, dude.
Graham. Wait a minute.
That's a little bit high for him, ain't it? You're more
Yeah.
into the D tackles, than I am.
They
Except
just
for one.
brought back. I mean, I guess this has to do with who they gave the bag to, right? They're trying to protect the guy that gave the bag to and give him space so he ain't getting doubled.
Yeah, true. But I kind of
This
like
is-
we talked about it on the Path to the Draft show. I kind of like some of the D tackles you could get later.
Yeah, but when it comes to the range, he's obviously in tier 1, right?
Sure.
And I don't know if there's another guy in tier 1 with him. I think he might have been in a tier kind of by himself. You know what I'm saying?
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
You're looking at
No-
34 total pressures, 20 quarterback hurries. He had 35 run stops. I mean, he inside outside guy. He can
91
play.
defensive grade in last year. That's pretty solid.
I mean, he manhandled anybody they put in front of him like easily. Look at that game right there. Come on, boys. That's Alabama.
Yeah.
He was just working.
That just show like with all the needs that Cleveland has, that's just kind of a shock pick for me, at least. It's like
Again,
I don't know,
I
man.
think the trade back, right? Get the best player for their team, right?
And
They're
then
gonna need to be in games where they have less than 20 points on the board. Defense is gonna have to be that number one thing. Gonna have to be a top 10
But they're-
defense in the league for them to be successful.
right. Their defense wasn't bad last year, though. That's what I'm just like. They could have moved back. They could have almost moved back again. I think they should have gone quarterback. That's just my opinion.
I think
but-
that those guys I think Dart, Milrow, or Sanders will be available to them in the second round. One of those guys will be gone, and then the rest of the
Yeah.
guys will be available.
you think two
like-
quarterbacks go in the first round?
I think they
No,
go.
I
I
don't
think
know
it
what-
goes Pittsburgh and New Orleans.
I'm
think
hearing
there's-
New Orleans
think
thinks that
there's three.
Jackson Dart is the perfect successor to
Mm.
Derek Carr. So I think the battle there for Jackson Dart between Pittsburgh and Saints will be, the biggest flex.
Mhm.
Who's willing to pay the biggest price,
Yeah.
or who can bait the other one?
Yeah.
You know what
What
I
is
mean?
Pittsburgh at 21?
Yeah, and it's
Yeah,
17, 21
21.
to 17, right?
And New Orleans. I thought they were not. Oh, wait, no,
New
they're
Orleans is
9.
9.
Yeah. they're 9.
Yeah.
9.
So
They
it's
might
gonna
trade.
I'll be
really
right back,
interesting
gentlemen.
what-
They could
It's
trade
really-
back as well.
Who, the Raiders? Yeah, I think that's a
No, I'm
possibility.
saying the Saints could trade
Oh,
back.
oh, oh,
Like
yeah,
the
yeah,
Saints
yeah.
could trade back with the Bears or Dallas. I could see Dallas sneaking up to 9 and take a Mecca.
Ooh, I like that.
Not
move.
letting anybody get that run before him and say, I want our
Mhm.
guy, and that's what we're taking. You pairing a Mecca with CeeDee Lamb. Woo-hoo-hoo!
Yeah, but
Wow.
the thing is they're both. I mean, I know CD can line up everywhere, right? There's no doubt in my mind, but I know he is really good in the slot, and I know they love using him in the slot. Nemeka's a primary slot.
Yeah. Talent's talent, though, right?
Yeah,
When it
for
comes-
sure.
So you can spread them around, line them both up in the slot, have Tobin on the outside, and whoever else. You could do it, and it could get wild with both of those guys on the same side. So they could, I could see them going up to get a wide receiver, dude. If Aston Genty is still on the board, I could
Oh, they
see
have to take him.
Dallas
Yeah.
trying to go up there and make a, trying to get him if he's available. This. We started with fireworks. I think there's gonna be plenty. I think there's gonna be at least 2 or 3 more trades in this first round.
Yeah, I think like Rich said earlier. I think Jacksonville set the tone early, so I do think we're going to see some more moves, especially now that the quarterbacks are obviously continuing to fall. Because like we thought, they kind of fall out of this range. But the Raiders pick is in. Do you?
I think they take Aston Genty right here because I'm
Yeah.
going to tell you why. Pete Carroll, when he was successful both in college and the NFL, Marshawn Lynch, Reggie Bush, Wendell White, right?
Mm.
Geno Smith is a play-action quarterback. When he was best is when he had both Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker on the field, and they were able to, run the ball and play action. They don't have a running back in the Raiders organization right now. Zamir White wasn't him last year.
Mm-mm.
No,
Aston
he was
Genty-
It's
awful.
already in.
takes a lot of
They
pressure.
ran up to they ran up to they ran up to that podium with that pick.
Yep.
Yep.
There it is.
Give me my
Okay.
money. Give me my money.
Ashton Genty to the Las Vegas Raiders.
Now I want you guys to check. Obviously I'll be getting off, but when was the last time a running back was taken in the top 6? Right? Because
Was it
Bijan was
Saquon, I
9.
think.
Let's see.
Bijan was 8. I think Saquon
8.
was the earliest.
That was what?
Hmm.
5?
Yeah, I think so. To the Giants at 5, I think so. So, I mean, you and I, Nino, have talked about it. Obviously, I think Bijan was a better prospect, but this class is obviously different than that class a couple of years ago when Bijan was coming out because they had Will Anderson, C.J. Stroud, Bryce Young.
Bijan is in a class above. He played at
Yeah.
Texas, dude.
Yeah,
Mm.
for sure.
He did the same thing Ashton Genty did at Texas.
Yeah,
Come
much
on.
better
I mean,
competition.
at the time, it was still the Big 12, right? It wasn't, you know,
The
where they
SEC,
are now.
Yeah.
But Big 12, I think, is a better conference than Mountain West.
Oh, for sure. For
And,
sure.
and that time, you had Oklahoma still in the Big 12 as well. So
Mm.
what Bijan did at Texas, not to take away from Genty, okay? But what Bijan is absolutely ridiculous compared to this kid. I think Bijan is in a class by himself of what he did at Texas in college football.
Rich, what do you think of
Who's
this
gonna-
pick? Because I know you stepped out real quick.
I mean, it was kind of dude. I got a bladder of a child, so I think it was kind of chalk. Like it was, I kind of seen him going here. I think it's a good pick. They're slowly building an awesome offense. I think they go offense again with their next pick in the second round with wide receiver. But yeah, I like it because like we were just talking about, White is not the guy, and then after that, who the hell do they have?
Is Madison still there?
Who?
Alexander Madison?
Exactly.
No, Mostert. They have Rasheem Mostert.
Oh, most. Okay.
Yeah, and then they have Sincere McCormick. But like, let's look at the wide receiver room here. Myers is your 1. Then it's Ramon Keaton and
Right.
Trey Tucker. Bro, you needed a playmaker. You needed a
Mhm.
guy that can make
Yeah.
defenses actually not just drop back in coverage the whole time and rush 4, right? Because they could
Yeah,
probably get
right.
pressure with 4 guys. So now you have to either bring a safety out of the secondary, bring him into the box, or there has to be a linebacker taken away. Now you open up the middle of the field. Jacoby Myers could even eat even more.
Do you think them, like Rich said, taking a wide receiver in the second now?
Yeah, I think, and I think Ashton Genty being taken in the first round gives Brock Bowers security.
Oh, yeah,
Mhm.
for
You
sure.
can't,
I was
you
gonna say
can't take
that.
the safety
Yep.
over the top on him no more. It's going to be one-on-one because you have Ashton
Right.
Genty, who can catch passes and can dominate in between tackles and outside. Bro, Brock Bowers is sitting back popping bottles right now, loving life.
You want to stay on with the Jets real quick with us?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. I know we
Tyler
said
Warren.
Vegas, but we'll stay because they're moving pretty quick, to be honest
Yeah.
with you.
I think they're going to take Tyler Warren.
Yeah, I think so too. Or one of the tackles.
And unless somehow something happens here, like the Brees Hall being on a trade block, like
Yeah, dude, they don't take. I don't think they take Hampton that high. What do
No,
you think? Do you
but,
think
like,
they
that
take
just-
a running back?
they might if they're willing to trade him and go with the other 2 guys, they could also take a wide receiver. You could see the first wide receiver off the board here and not be Tyler Warren.
Yeah.
Because who do you have to
Pat
pair
McMillan.
with? Yeah, they could take Tat McMillan. Hey, why not give Garrett Wilson his boy, Mecca? Like,
Yeah.
they're just slot guy.
My-
Wilson's on the
In my
outside.
opinion, if they're taking Warren, they're taking the wrong tight end. Should be Loveland. Loveland's the one. I think Loveland's tight end 1 in this draft.
I love
Crazy thought by me.
Loveland's
but I
going to
love-
Chargers probably, but I don't think
I love me some Loveland.
I think that Tyler Warren is a mix of a slimmed down Gronk and Aaron Hernandez together.
Oh,
Mm.
okay.
Like the
Okay.
athleticism is there. You can line a kid up anywhere.
Hopefully he's more of one than the other, but
Yeah. Well, the good of both. The good of both, right? So, but like the way you can line him up on the field, there's a former quarterback can play in the wildcat, can play slot outside, like just in space. Dude, it's crazy. Aaron Hernandez in space was dumb.
yeah.
Dude,
He was
could've been
dumb. He was
so
dumb in a
fun.
lot of other places.
Yeah, that was a trend with him, was just being dumb. You know,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
except when it came to football, because I saw an interview with Gronkowski on Edelman's podcast. He said that 1 month into training camp, Hernandez knew both sides of the ball, knew both playbooks. Gronk was like, bro, I can't even watch film. How do you know? Like, he knew everything. He knew how to be a running back, a tight end, where to line up in the slot. Like, he knew all the plays. He was telling Gronk where to check to, where to line up and stuff. And he was just like, football wise, the kid had it,
Mhm.
and you saw that on the
Right.
field, both at Florida and New England.
Absolutely.
Off the field, I think all of that just went out the window.
Yeah. Yeah. If he could have just put that,
Just live at the
towards
Aspect
football,
facility.
life.
right.
Just stay at the facility. Don't leave.
Mm-hmm.
He could have been so fucking good, man. But
Yeah,
I do kind of agree. I think this is going to be Tyler Warren or Ted McMillan. I don't see Matthew Golden going here because I know some people.
That's
say
hype,
Matthew-
bro. I'm gonna tell you
Yeah.
something right now. The 4.240 was bullshit. It was bullshit, right? Like, stop. You can watch it on the screen and time it yourself and never get 4.240. You never get it.
Sure.
Unless you're Xavier Worthy.
And that, well, I'm saying watch him. Just watch
Golden.
Golden
Yeah,
and
yeah,
time
yeah.
it yourself. That's however you want to do it. It never comes up 4.2 anything. But I think that was the smoke, and then people started to do the same thing everybody else was doing and started watching it again, like 4.2. He don't look like he plays at 4.240 speed. And they started, yeah. And the reason why he didn't run at the pro day, because it wasn't a 4.240.
Right. You clock that once, you don't want to screw. Yeah.
Yeah, he's wide receiver 3, maybe 4 off the board.
Yeah.
Do you think so? That actually should have been a good question. How many wide receivers do you think are taken in the first round, Nino?
3?
3. So Ted, Emeka, and Golden.
I think Luther Burden.
So do I, but the smoke around him recently has been rough.
Well, you can take all the smoke all you want. Snoop Dogg, smoke it up all you want. But at the bottom of the list, there's guys that can take the opportunity and the chance, right? Like
True.
the Kansas Cities, the Phillies, right? The Baltimores, like they can all take that chance. If Luther Burden lined up in the slot for the Cincinnati Bengals,
oh man,
can we all just
man?
Yeah.
But they'll probably go defense because they need to. I'm just saying, like, these teams that are in the playoffs have, especially deep in the playoffs, have the opportunity to do whatever. Phillies could take Luther Burden, for God's sakes. Like, what do you do then?
We just
signed a great
declined the
Terrence
fifth-year
Marshall.
option. Well, we declined Dotson's option. So
I saw that too. Yeah, that's right.
That was a rental. It was an easy peasy place. You were playing a rookie deal. He didn't do what you wanted him to do. He never stepped up 1 or 2 games. You put Luther Burden in that room. Come on. Like, I think he sneaks into the bottom of the first round, or a team like a Cleveland who has multiple picks can stack and slide back in.
It's a good move.
Get that guy, get a quarterback in a second.
All right, here come the Jets. I'll be surprised if it's not an offensive playmaker here.
If it's Tyler Warren and I'm 2 for 2, I'm out.
You can't go anymore. You're out. Nope. Jason Peters comp.
Mendu.
Yep.
Yeah, Membu.
That's big.
They're hoping that he can be Beckman.
Awesome.
Or what Beckman was supposed to be for them. You know what I'm saying?
That's good. That's a good move by them, though. I mean,
that's a huge move by them because they protect Fields now.
Yep. And that was just by Justin Fields a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely going to help him out a little bit.
I think that helps him tremendously. I think it's going
You
to.
think he's the best tackle in the draft?
I think he's the best true tackle.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, because Campbell has a little bit of undersized when it comes to length. This guy doesn't. Like, he's look at this guy. Is a vicious machine. He's physical. He's fast. You stand him up, but he doesn't go backwards. He stands still. Like, okay, cool.
Big fella.
Yeah.
Big fella.
Block you with his back. He doesn't even have to be facing you. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a great run blocker as well, which plows through. I think this kid dumb. He started at right tackle, but he's their left tackle.
For sure. All right, Nino, you want to plug anything before we let you go? Everything you're doing, and you got the little puppet master hands. You got everything going on.
I mean, you can catch me at the CFB Nation. That's where most of my content's at. And then we're gonna try to squeeze in a post draft show for the Road to the Draft with Mike Anthony. So just appreciate you guys bringing me on.
Appreciate you coming on.
Absolutely,
and hopefully this Will Campbell thing works out for Drake May. That's the biggest thing for me. Oh, wait, hold on. Before you go.
Carolina, the pick is in.
No, hold on. I got somebody you want to probably say hi to.
Oh, I know that guy.
What's going on, man?
I know that guy.
Let me take that background there.
I'm trying to do it. Ain't working for me.
What the hell is going on?
There it goes.
There it is.
Hey!
How's it go? How'd you like that Patriots pick, man? Although we talked about it a lot.
It's chalk, but I mean they needed to protect their asset. I don't want him, like I said to these guys, I don't want them to move him to left guard next year and start the whole process over. Like, let him be a left tackle, let him be a protection for Drake May, let them build together, and let's just move forward to the next piece to the puzzle.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with that 100%. I mean, I think, you think about some of the great quarterbacks, they have a big guy on the end that helps block those dynamic edges. We're in the game where edges matter, so you have to keep him at that position, right? You get him in the guard. You can face a team that has a good DT or a couple nose tackles if they're running, 4-3 or anything. But at the same time, if you have that strong guy to handle the run, I mean, you're golden. So
yeah,
I love that.
I mentioned to these guys, 4 sacks and over 2,500 snaps in the SEC. I mean, the 8 3/4 length arms seem to do okay then. So I mean, everybody gets beat. You show me an offensive lineman that doesn't get beat.
Yeah,
sure.
It may not be a lot, but there's going to be that negative on the stat chart somewhere. Whether it's pressures, hurries, it may not give up the sack, but everyone gets beat. You're not perfect.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right, we'll let you hop off here since I wanted you to say hi to SC before you bounced.
Go Ducks.
Hey, we're gonna be there Saturday, boys.
That's
CFP
right,
Nation
baby.
there. Let's go.
Yes,
CFP
sir.
Nation at the spring game.
Nice.
Later, guys.
Good shit. Later.
Take it easy, man.
See you, man.
So we
Sorry.
add SC, and now we are adding my good friend, Rich's good friend, part of the Triple Threat podcast. You could even say he's got Dynasty in his DNA. TJ Blake, how you doing? Oh, hold on, we lost him, and he's gone. What happened?
Stop
Today's
clicking
going
shit,
back.
Mike.
I'm not doing anything. He's bouncing in and out for some reason.
Pause.
SC, how was work?
Good, man. Always great. Towards the end of the clock, I was like, got the jitters. I know what's going on, but I need my guys, Rich and Mike were handling and getting it covered, man. So appreciate y'all starting early. Some crazy picks. I will give my 2 cents while we're waiting for this next pick to be in here, but first one, Cam Ward, that's what we all thought, right? We knew that was going to happen. They won about their franchise quarterback. For the Ridley owners, I'm stoked for that. I think that's great. They brought in Lockett too. Hey, if you have him, you can buy him low, and Cam Ward's going to throw that ball like they haven't seen in a couple of years. So love that pick, absolutely. Number 2, Travis Hunter. What were y'all's thoughts on Travis Hunter?
That was
second overall.
Dude, they gave up a fucking haul for him, dude. They gave up a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know if that was worth that much of a haul.
What was the full trade?
So it was that 1-5. They gave up the second round pick, 36.
I got it here if you want me to read it.
Okay, go ahead. Yep.
You're trying to remember off the brain. So Browns are trading number 2 overall and the 4th round number 104 and a 6th round 200 to the Jags for 5th overall, number 36 overall, and 126 overall, and a 2026 first rounder.
Damn.
So
and they got the first rounder next year.
It was like, all right, that's cool. All right, that's cool. All right, that's cool. What the fuck, dude? In the first round of the next year? Like, whoa.
TJ, are you with us? TJ?
I'm sure he'll tell us when he's with us.
Yep. He just sent me a message. Let's see what he says. But yeah, they gave up a haul.
That was Cleveland, right? I was just looking at that. Was Cleveland that moved back?
Yeah, Cleveland moved back to 5, and then they took Mason Graham from Michigan.
Like,
That's
I was cool
money,
with him.
man.
Like, I was cool with the trade until they said the 2026 first, and I was like, damn.
Can you guys hear me?
Oh,
Yeah, we can hear you.
He said his camera's not working, so we will deal with the ghost of TJ Blake.
I blame Wiz for this because he was supposed to help me with this other camera. And you know how that goes, Mike. He never does. But I am here, and I definitely would love to chat with you guys. Some pretty
Welcome
great.
in.
Yeah. We got the live stream going over on the DNA as well. It's been very active. I was
going to ask you, how's that going? Because you guys we got competing shows for WCW and WWF right now, going back and forth. But you were kind enough to join us tonight.
Yeah. Oh, I would love to join you, man. Like I said, you guys are awesome. I'll to chat with you. But what did you think about some of these picks, Mike?
Pick is in with Panthers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, Tet.
Yeah, I give credit to Ty. He called this one. That's all.
This seems like the right move for them.
Yeah.
Another
Big
big
body
gotta
wide
go-
receiver.
Another big body X receiver that they love. They
Yeah.
never get any of these slot guys, the Panthers. They always
It's
got to
true.
go for the big guys on the outside.
They had Deontay and
Mm.
fumbled that.
True. They really
Yeah.
did fumble that
You
one.
know,
And then he just fumbled his whole career. I don't know what the hell happened,
True.
but
true.
Wiz
Well, I
wants to
told-
know, am I
What-
worried? No, I am not worried. And I know what you're talking about.
Is it? I'm sorry, my bad. What, Blake, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's-
Awesome. Well, what's been your favorite pick so far?
I'll tell you. You know, Mike, I say this all the time, and you know I say it. I don't trust Cleveland fantasy assets, but as far as the draft today, they did very well with that trade back with Jacksonville.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
really liked what they did. I liked what they did earlier. I think that that's the kind of thing they need to do. I just said on the DNA live stream, though, I hope they don't do a dumber and try to trade up one pick ahead of us and take a quarterback and get rid of all that draft capital that they acquired, because there isn't anyone there that I think would help them that much, to be honest with you. I think that they just need to sit back. I know that Shuck's a guy that you like. I think it makes sense. Maybe they could trade for Kirk Cousins and just
Will
ride it out.
Howard.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, ride it out for a year. But I really like what they did outside of that. But Tet to the Panthers, I do think that's solid. And you know what's great? Muscle said, too, he wants to hop in with you and say hi. So I'm going to give him half the time so he can say hi to you guys as well. He's like,
absolutely.
He's like, you're going to talk to Mike and them? I said, yeah. He's like, well, maybe we can switch places. I said, that's fine. If Wiz would have fixed my camera, I would have been here from the start. But we know how that goes.
Well, we're fellow Pennsylvania guys, so all are welcome in the state of Pennsylvania here. How about, like we were just talking before you came on, TJ, about Cleveland getting an extra first next year on top of that Travis Hunter deal? I thought that's great value, but I still like Travis Hunter in Jacksonville.
I do think that if you are a Travis Hunter person, which I'm not a big advocate from a dynasty standpoint, right? Like, but I will say, like, for his career overall, and you know, I talk about the Cleveland Browns assets. Like, I think this will be better for him. He has a better chance of making it there. And he is shielded by Brian Thomas, which I do think if he does play more a little bit on the offensive side of the ball, that will help, because he is a good receiver, but he's not a dominating, overpowering, great number one receiver. He has that with Brian Thomas now. They're two different play styles. So I do like that. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, I think that they're going to play him at corner probably more than Cleveland would have. I do think you got to keep that into consideration. But I do think it's a good move for the Jaguars as far as, like, you know, they needed to do something, but they gave up a lot, man. And they got a lot of holes. So we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, they definitely needed a corner too. So this kind of builds both the needs for Jacksonville, because he said he's playing both sides of the ball or he ain't playing. So
the benefit of Jacksonville, right? I mean, is obviously BTJ's there, and Cohen's already said the offense is going to run through BTJ, right? So we know he's still their guy. Christian Kirk, you know, is still with the team, I do believe, right?
No, he's gone. He's in Houston.
No, he's with Houston.
Oh, he did get signed to Houston.
Yeah.
He did get signed to Houston. So then now they have him in the slot. I mean, this is going to be very tricky because you also throw in Bigsby and Travis Etienne, right, to also be there as well. You throw in Strange. There's a lot of targets to feed. But to Blake's point, I mean, this is a team that can use him as a cornerback. And so for the people that are taking him heavy in their rookie drafts, I don't know if this is the best landing spots necessary for him for offensive side. If you're in IDP, great spot. But if not, I don't. This might push Travis Hunter back in the rookie drafts.
Definitely.
I'm seeing so the pick is in for New Orleans, and they're flashing Shador.
Yeah, they're flashing Shador, celebrating.
That's
TJ. I think this was our prediction, right, on the show last week.
Yeah,
I think it's a wrong move, man. I think it's a wrong move.
Wiz was celebrating when Jenny went to the Raiders. So you wait till I get back on my live stream, Mike. I'm going to really give it to him about this. I'm going to tell him me and Mike got a point back here. So I like that. But yeah.
Wait, did we not take Jenny to the Raiders?
No, we took him to the Bears.
Well,
you and I both did.
I fucked that one up, but
So
hopefully I get this one right.
I think, dude, but
let me say, Shador to the Saints. I will say this. I'm not a big Shador Sanders person. And I'm not a big advocate from anything from the Saints from a dynasty fantasy football standpoint, but for his overall growth, this might be the best thing. I mean, it might not happen in year one, but it's an easy division. He's playing in a warm weather climate. He doesn't have the best arm strength, and he's playing indoors as well.
Close to home. Close
Yep.
to home with his dad in Colorado too.
Yeah,
Yep,
I mean, I just in my opinion, I think his ego steps into the room, 5 minutes before he does. I think Dart would I think Dart would have been the better pick in my opinion, but I think you guys in Pittsburgh are going to be getting Dart. So
as long as
I had the picks, but just reversed. I guess.
As long as Cleveland don't pull the trade up, that's what you got.
You mentioned the whole, ego.
Oh no, they took the tackle from.
Look at that! Wait, I'm sorry to cut you off, SC, but look at me talking out of my ass. They took Kelvin Banks. So
I would say though, I thought they were too. I mean, they made it look like it was. Kelvin Banks was smart. They got their quarterback hurt. What I thought they should have done is take someone like that. And what they'll do next year is hopefully get Garrett Nussmeier because his dad is in New Orleans as well. So now you pair him and father coach. But with Shedeur, if you think about it, the Saints kind of need that ego. They need that energy brought back to them. They kind of lost that a lot last year. So play the locker room in sense of we're gonna draft him to get hype. Obviously they didn't, so we can't say that loud. But it's maybe he brought that energy, and then you get New Orleans there as well.
That's actually that's a good point, but this is like a shock pick for me. I definitely thought New Orleans would have taken.
It looked like
well, I mean, no, not even that. Before that, I thought they were taking a quarterback just because the sudden shoulder injury that Derek Carr had, and the fact that he stinks. Definitely would have had me thinking they were taking a quarterback, but now I think you don't see a quarterback taken until you
Miami.
guys in Pittsburgh.
Miami.
Tua's
been hurt, right? And what happened with Tua? What happened when Tua got hurt last year? Because people said Shedeur could sit a couple years, right? Get to acclimate to it. Tua got hurt and they had nothing. The offense crumbled.
Yeah. You
have a backup now, and if Shedeur goes in because Tua gets hurt, he's not giving that job back. And now you're all right, well, now we have two elite ones.
Yeah. Dude,
I'm kind of surprised. The way they showed Shedeur in that.
Real quick. I'm sorry. Dark horse. Dallas.
Hey, that was my
That'd be crazy, huh?
I love it. Early on.
People have been saying they're ready for Dak Prescott to be on the move, right? And then you get them trading Dak for a late first or a second, maybe.
So
maybe not late first as quarterbacks.
The Bears pick is in. Let's start with TJ. What do you think it is here? Oh, I think we lost him. All right, so SC, who do you think the Bears take?
See who's on the board. Yeah. I don't think they're going. Actually, I think our guy Spencer said it. Henderson.
Travion this early?
I think that's.
I think it's Omari and Hampton if they take a running back. If TJ was here, he'd be arguing with me, but it looks like we lost him.
Who do we got? Give me a tight end. I think it's going to be Warren.
Cole Kmet.
What's his contract look like? Because I feel like he should be coming up soon, right?
Who is this? Stop! Come on, let's go. Make the pick. I hate when they do the whole semantics. Let's
Nothing
go.
To the Bears.
That's Mitch's guy, yeah.
Oh, I love me some love.
Oh, they have Kmet signed until 2028.
Wouldn't be mad if they got Jalen Carter. Or Walker, excuse me.
I was gonna say, whoa, wait a minute.
Yeah. I would be incredibly mad if they got it. whoa.
They could. That's you trade him for a first round pick. Why not? Y'all move up.
No, thanks. Nah, dude.
How do you
keep
work
your first round
thing?
picks?
I got it.
Thank you. I don't know what happened to TJ. It looks like
Mike's on an iPod Nano. I don't know what the hell's going on here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there you go. Wiz thinks Loveland to the Bears.
Oh, come on. I don't know. Once they get done their spiel, I don't know. They're not even behind the microphone yet. I don't know who they are, but thank you for coming out.
Wiz
They
is
got their guy.
for those who don't
With-
know, Wiz is my arch enemy in the Triple Threat podcast. We constantly get into
There you
verbal
go.
altercations pretty regularly when it comes to fantasy football. topics.
I always look at that when they show the draft rooms. I look for the one guy who's like, "Fuck, man, that was a terrible
Harry-
fucking pick."
Mike, every hero needs a arch nemesis. For
Who's that? Oh yeah,
Yes,
true.
Eric. With Banks, I feel like Banks was their number one guy on the board, and they thought the Jets were going to take him, so they were prepared to take Sanders, but they passed on Banks, and they're like, "We gotta get our guy here." But here's Goodell.
Let's see what he does here. Well, not Goodell. It doesn't really matter what he does, but
Mike, are you holding
Who's
the
in?
pick up to the microphone?
no,
Oh, what is it? Your TV? I hear. I thought you were holding it up. Okay.
no, my phone.
Well, if they get Shadur and trade Caleb,
Oh, get out of here! I think they go running back.
Tyler Warren. Oh yeah, I forgot about him.
Oh wow, yeah, I forgot about that too.
Was he WCW legend?
I got confused there for a second. What was happening?
I know they have so much shit they got to read before they
Yeah.
actually make the pick.
Now they're doing the Walter Payton selection. I feel like it's a running back.
Not the Walter Payton. Not the man. Is it the man of the year?
No, they said the Walter
No.
Payton selection. That's what it said on the screen,
Oh,
right?
I don't know.
I saw
There's
Walter
too much shit
Payton.
going on. Everything is muted right now on my
Who said
TV,
that?
so I'm trying to read lips, dude. I got to mute it. I got you in my
No,
ears.
no,
I don't
no.
know.
The screen behind him said it. I thought.
this guy said I gotta read lips.
Yeah, Walter Payton selection.
Could be Travion. Colston Loveland. Who called that whiz?
Wow.
Wow, Rich was right. The fucking best
wizard.
tight end off the board.
The wizard is correct. Also, look at that.
Wow.
Wow.
Dude,
Before
your
Tyler
boy's been
Warren,
saying your
too.
boy's been saying he was the number one tight end in the fucking
Yeah.
draft, and he just went. And I'm sick because I wanted him on the Eagles. I wanted him to slide. But
This is a
all
good
right,
pick
dude.
by
I
them,
fucking
too.
told you, dude.
Nice.
I fucking knew it.
What do you think about this pick?
Well, I mean, I love it.
I don't love it for my commit shares, right? I mean, the commit had his games last year. Also had his bad games. I think it's a smart move to get that. It shows they want to open up the offense, right? More so than adding a running back. They believe in Swift. You can still get a running back in the second. We know the running backs are going to follow second. I think the Bears know that too, where they could be like, hey, we can get our top receiver left on the board possibly and add someone to not take away from Odunze, who we took last year, not to take away from DJ Moore, but add to it because we lost Keenan and, now it's Odunze, Loveland, and even DJ Moore. And now we have a vertical offense for Caleb Williams, which I think is what they wanted and didn't have as much last year.
I think this is wheels up for Caleb. This has to be wheels up for Caleb.
Mhm.
I think this is. I mean, does Komet get traded? Maybe. Do we see two tight ends get traded during draft weekend with Dallas Goedert and Cole Kmet? Is that possible? Because, I mean, they kind of are both above the rim type tight ends, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I think Loveland's got better route running chops. Obviously,
I was about to say that.
But I think they're both kind of above the rim type dudes.
But Komet might be their run guy too when they try to use something. Get Ben Johnson his Gibbs. Yeah, we needed that. And that could be, as you mentioned, when I said Travion, you're like in the first. Again, they may be like, we know someone like Henderson could drop to us.
Mm-hmm. Now, what do you think the 49ers do here? This is an interesting spot because they are an aging offense and actually an aging team in general. I think we talked about the 49ers not long ago. They had the 7th oldest roster in football. So, I mean, they probably could use youth everywhere at this point besides quarterback, unless,
Right.
they're not happy with Purdy. But the pick is in, so that's going to be interesting. Tackle, maybe?
There was someone there.
That's actually good. Let's see what the mock draft says while we wait for them, because the pick is in. It's just, they're going to have the whole spiel and the commercials and the hootsy what's it's going on. So let's see. They have Williams from Georgia going to 49ers in this mock I'm looking at. That'd be an interesting spot. They could use the edge rushers too.
When does Shador fall out of a top 12 rookie pick for you? How far does he need to drop in the draft? Second round?
Yeah.
32,
Or
he could be Lamar.
Yeah.
But they have that's the Eagles. The Eagles have to trade out, right, to do that?
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah. Which is funny because they did that with Lamar. The Ravens.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
I was saying that, and then you screamed over me, Mike. Thanks, I appreciate it.
You were
God
muted.
damn it. Yeah, and I unmuted, and I was saying that, and you're like, I'm so hype. Sorry, I'm so hype on Loveland. I fucking said it for months now that he's the tight end one.
He has. I'll give him
I won't
that.
believe me. Everyone thought I was crazy. And
Let's
look at
see.
that.
Let's pull up the Spotify here and see what episode you said that. Because I know it was the Warren Loveland episode. So I'll give you your props here. So
It's
hold
probably
on.
Star Wars Episode 1, dude.
No, it wasn't. Good question. Good question. Oh, here it is. You said it back January 25th.
Look at me. What the hell's today?
April 24th. 3 months ago.
To the date almost.
Yeah, literally to the date. Although there's only 28 days in February, so
Listen,
Well,
guys,
sure.
this right here, it's not just a hat rack. I'll tell you that. All right, so who's San Francisco taking here? What do we got?
that's
What's
what
our
we're trying to
thoughts?
figure out. This kind of like they kind of could go anywhere, to be honest with you. I think tackle or
Jim,
edge.
you know what they
because of the season.
say? You know what they say right now? They're like, you know what, George Kittle, we can't come up with a contract for him.
Oh, Tyler Warren?
Interesting. Hold on one second.
Because I
Did
heard
they
he's
get
not showing
Tyler?
up to the facility. What's that?
Did they get him?
No, not yet. We're wondering.
Oh.
Because Kittle hasn't shown up to the facility for
No, that they've been in contract talk, so
I heard it's been stalled.
it's been stalled because they're taking Tyler Warren.
Go 12 personnel,
could-
double tight ends.
No, I
They
mean,
could honestly go with someone like Mike Green or Mikael Williams, build up the defense. That sounds like a move they might do.
Mike Green would be interesting.
Again, guys, Spencer, he had it mocked that they get Luther Burden, put in that Debo type of role,
Yeah.
and now he has someone that's a little bit more elusive.
The Burden stock has kind of plummeted in the past few weeks. I don't take full stock in it, but if you're just reading all the tea leaves, it's not great. You know what I mean? What jersey do you have on? It's been bothering me.
Oh, my bad, man. We got the Shaq Leonard, baby. Let's go.
Oh, nice one. I like that. Rich and I were
Gotta
both big Shaq Leonard fans.
Gotta rep the IDP, man. Always.
We were kind of disappointed when he came to Philadelphia, though. It didn't really work out, but
Yeah,
and I
he-
were both
Wasn't
fans.
much the same after the injury, right? I mean, once he got
No.
injured, kind of
Mm-mm.
didn't come back. Hard one for
I
a
like that. That's a
linebacker,
good
right?
pull. That's a good jersey pull right there.
so are you a
Um,
Colts fan or are you just a?
No, I try to get just different players that I don't see a lot of people have. And I choose
That's
to get
smart.
IDP because I don't
I
want
hear you.
people to be like, "Oh, you like so and so," and I'm like, "Nah, man." A lot of my offensive player jerseys, I have them because they were on like championships for my rosters that I won. So every
Okay.
year I used to get like,
do the
if I win a
same.
roster with them.
I do the
Oh,
same,
yeah.
but just retired players.
Nice. Oh, yeah.
It's been 300 degrees in Philly for some weird reason, so I'm not wearing a jersey tonight.
I don't
I was
have
going to
like
wear a suit.
might should have, man.
He
Come on.
hyped that shit up like,
Well,
oh, I'm
that's
gonna wear a
nice.
suit. I'm like, he's wearing a Stone
I
Cold
would've-
shirt. Here it comes.
Oh, here we go.
Since I don't have a favorite team, I just try to get I'll go on NFL shop from time to time and be like, oh, that's a nice jersey. I'll go ahead and grab that.
After this, I'm gonna ask about WrestleMania real quick. SC.
For sure. I got a Cleveland Brown OBJ. It's just because it was like on
Nice.
sale on the NFL shop for like $35. I was like, bet.
Actually, you know what? We'll wait for the WrestleMania talk when Matt gets on at the Colts pick.
Nice.
So
Here we go.
Hold on.
I want to ask.
Chat, let
Williams.
us know. Let us know who you think the 49ers
Williams.
got.
Mikael Williams.
Okay. I don't know too much about him.
That
But I
was
know he's
it, or
from
you
Georgia,
called it?
So
No,
That was
that's it.
Mikal?
That was it.
Nice.
Yep.
There you go. They needed
Nothing,
that. They needed
nothing
that.
wrong with going Georgia edge rusher, man, or Georgia
No,
defensive lineman.
for
Can't really
sure.
go against it.
mm-mm.
And you think about the division they're in,
Mm-hmm.
right? Teams that have a James Conner that can go bruise it. Teams that have Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker, right? You have some
Kyron
good runners
Williams.
in your division.
Mhm.
Kyron Williams. You need someone that can close out that outside, so you force these backs inside, right? And now you have someone like that. Again, with these running backs falling and stuff, I mean, these wide receivers too. It's interesting. This is a
Here's
phenomenal
where-
prospect.
Here's where I think a running back could go in Dallas, or they go Tyler Warren
Can we do?
because the Cowboys are up now. I would be sick if Omari and Hampton went to the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Now you know who go. So who's the best wide receiver on the board?
Matthew Golden. Oh, they love him
Yeah.
too.
Well, I mean, think of the most obscure pick that's not going to make any sense, and that's what Dallas is going to take. Like, think of so they lost offensive lineman, not taking that. The running back room, shit, may not take that, but it could be because they take offense. It's just whatever Dallas's pick is probably not going to make sense. Who was the dude they
That's
took
okay.
last year? Who's it? Taz? Was it Taz Walker? Taz Williams? Something like that.
Last year in
they
the
took
first
last
round?
year?
No, I think
Yeah.
it was hold on. I'll look that up. I think it was
And
against
dude,
Michigan.
I love it. Taz. I thought it was Taz, but every year they did. I was like, oh, I love it. Oh, I love it. It's probably
Oh no, they took Tyler Guyton from Oklahoma.
okay. I think that might have been the year before then.
Mhm. So who's your prediction, SC? We'll start with you.
I think they're going Sanders, man. I
Shador,
know
yeah.
I know they follow, that's
Again,
footsteps.
that falls right in, dude. Don't make
Yep.
no fucking sense.
I know people are like, oh, Coach Prime got this contract and stuff. Boy, if they go and draft Sanders, he's gonna be a Dallas Cowboys coach next year if it doesn't work
This
out.
is-
That was
If
my
he goes-
prediction when he took the Shrine Bowl invite. That's in Dallas.
This is
Yeah. I will say,
Tyler Booker, guard.
oh,
Kind of makes sense.
what people didn't expect.
Now, a Bama guard.
No,
Can't
that's
really
all right,
be
dude.
mad at that for them.
No, I mean, well, all I
No,
see
but-
is some guy that's going to get absolutely pancaked by Jalen Carter. So that's all right. That's fine.
It's fair.
That's fine.
Valid point.
I'm sorry. I can't hide my Dallas Cowboys hate. I apologize.
That's okay. We don't like him over here either.
Good. Fucking can't stand them.
SC, how are you commenting on the?
What? Because I got on my other screen over here.
I was like, wait, how'd you do that? Apparently neither.
Going to-
SC.
Yeah. So better chance is 0.
Yeah, that was a good. I mean,
Do you think
Zach Martin's retired? Kind of makes sense.
NFL teams knew they were out on Shadir, or they're not going with him because he chose not to be at the draft? I don't know if he didn't choose. I don't know if he got invited, but
I think he did. I would imagine he probably did. It's going to be really interesting where he ends up going now because there's really no team. I mean, besides Miami, like you mentioned, until Pittsburgh, that needs a quarterback.
It's going to be Pittsburgh. I thought New Orleans was going to take one, but That's clearly out the
You-
window. Yeah.
Do you think Pittsburgh takes Prime?
I think they take Dart.
Dart?
Yeah, it could
Mhm.
happen. I do know they liked their interview with Shador, from what I was reading. We'll see. We will see. Miami's an interesting spot here too, because their left tackle retired too, if I'm not mistaken, right? Hold on. Who was that?
For Miami's?
Yeah. I'll look that up real quick. Taron Armstead. Yep, he retired. That's who I was thinking of. So they definitely need a tackle. What is your prediction? I know you said quarterback. SC, you think this is quarterback for reals?
Yeah, I'll stick with that. That's something that I enjoy. I thought would happen that if he falls, he could go to Miami. Again, I've seen it in different places, with different teams saying he's going to need a couple years, right, to before he can do some stuff. You have to sit behind a Tua Tagovailoa. Tua can start, but for the past years, they've also seen Tua get hurt, and this past year is kind of scary. If he gets knocked down again, they don't have a legitimate quarterback. Their offense completely crumbled underneath everything, and you bring someone like
Zach
Shador,
Wilson.
it's kind of like you don't miss a beat, right?
Rich said
Zach
fucking
Wilson, dude. Zach Wilson, number 0. I loved Zach Wilson,
Still-
dude. He got it. He didn't get a fair shake anywhere he went.
What do you think the pick is, Rich?
I can see Sanders going here. I mean,
Okay.
if Sanders goes here, then I don't think he sits long. I think they you almost kind of got to move off of Tua. I mean, if you look at it, if you look at it like, all right, so how many more concussions can Tua take before before he's pretty much irrelevant and you can't move him?
Yeah.
So does he stay on your team until he either A, retires or plays out his contract, or do you take Sanders and try to get anything you can in return for him? Because as soon as like say they take Sanders here, the name Tua is right down the tubes. You go from getting, a higher end pick for him in return to nothing, because every team knows you're going to eventually go to Sanders. So it's either kind of you get what you can for him, or you let him ride out the contract, and then it is what it is after that.
For sure. I still think it's going to be a tackle. That feels like the right move, but I kind of see what Spencer's saying here with Matthew Golden. Just, the amount of speed they put on the offense here, it just feels like the most obvious pick that's just been sitting there forever.
True.
But,
And you know what? They haven't really protected Tua ever. So why now? Why are they going to take a tackle now? They don't protect them.
The Golden thought makes sense, but also I feel like that's meaning, all right, Tyreek Hill's on the move potentially.
Yeah,
because they got Malik Washington, who did it, showed out when he had the opportunity. You still had Jalen Waldo there, right? So they did gain the tight, or they lost their tight end too, right? If I'm not mistaken.
No, Janu Smith is there.
Johnny Smith, he's there. Okay. And so, yeah, I was thinking Ingram for Jacksonville. So you have those options where, yeah, all the same there. And they're kind of the same in their colors.
True. Yeah, actually, now that you mention it,
yeah, I was like, they're like Tampa's the one that stands out, right, in red. Yeah,
actually, I think they're the only Florida team that doesn't have green on it for football reasons.
Yeah,
maybe they go Warren here.
Listen. I mean, you're a big Jonnu guy, right, Rich? And I like Jonnu as well, but I mean, they got to do something, right? Because if
it ain't broke, don't fix it. But he's a little long in the tooth, so
yeah. This team is kind of in that realm of like put up or shut up at this point.
Right. It's like you're kind of like they're like a meddling team. It's like, are we winning? What are we doing? Are we rebuilding? You know what I mean? It's kind of almost like they're always one piece away, but it seems like, when they're one piece away, they're actually two pieces away. So what are we doing here? And
we'll put up 74 one week, and then 2 will get hurt.
Right.
We'll put up 3.
Right. So like that's where your pick at a tackle makes all the sense in the world. But then again, it's the Dolphins, and they've never protected to it in how many years. So I can see them almost pulling, a Cowboys move and taking the flashy, Ferrari that is Tyler Warren. I mean, I don't want to say Ferrari, maybe step below, because we know that I think Loveland is the Ferrari. So, I mean, what's below for, in my opinion, a Porsche? Maybe, I don't know. Maybe they go there with it. I think they go offense. I don't.
Your sister
technically
sent me
tackle.
Your sister sent me a nice picture of myself frozen on the screen. So,
Oh well,
you're very nice.
know
Thank
Emily's
you.
watching.
Yeah, we know Emily was or is watching. So, hello, Emily. Jerk. It'll be very interesting to see what they do here. Dude, there's no way they go running back, right? SC, you're muted. I don't know if you're trying to say something.
Yeah, my bad. I was trying to get in the our homies Discord chat. Shoot, let me pull it up because I'm spacing on the name. Our guys over at Super Dynasty Bros. If you're not with them, go check them out on Discord as well.
Austin
Super Dynasty
Ben.
Bros. Some good people. I was trying to get in the chat, but I couldn't hear them, so I was just all right. My bad. What if they go running back? I mean, you think about maybe I like Jalen Wright too, but I mean, you think maybe Hampton here. They lost Raheem Mostert, and now you have a true Thunder and Lightning. I wouldn't be mad. I think that would be ecstatic because you think about Devon Armstrong has gone hurt before. Give him limited time, just let him be explosive.
All the time is right, and a better pass blocker in Hampton too.
What?
Oh, defensive tackle. Yeah, that actually kind of makes sense too.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. That makes no fucking sense. What a bad pick.
They definitely need help
get?
on
Who'd they get?
Kenneth Grant. Michigan.
Okay. Not bad. They needed some help up front as well.
So what's going to happen with Indianapolis is they're going to fucking sprint and take Tyler Warren within 4 seconds. Gotta be.
Yeah, that feels like that's been the biggest landing spot for him is the
open and close.
Indianapolis
open and close
Colts.
case there.
Yep.
Do they have a slot receiver? I mean, I guess Josh Downs.
Josh Downs.
Yeah, Josh
Yeah.
Downs.
Then they have an ex of Michael Pittman, and who knows what AD Mitchell is.
Alec Pierce be the other guy.
Yeah.
Not a star, but
he's just his field stretcher.
Yeah.
Jesus, that's a bad pick.
You think that's a bad pick? Well, I mean, I guess really I do agree. Protecting Tua should have been priority number one, but they also are bad on defense too. So they need.
This guy's a monster, though. This guy's a big boy up in the middle. You're not running on this kid. He's about making a huge difference. Look at this. Look at the highlights they're showing.
That's fine, but
closing the gap completely.
Your quarterback is going to be. Oh my! He can't already is running for his life to begin with. Oh
again, something though. Quarterbacks are falling, so they're like, "Hey, we can probably get someone next round."
That's insane.
True.
But what I've been saying too is I don't think this quarterback class has a franchise quarterback. I think we're gonna see a lot of these guys either on different teams or not with contract extensions after their rookie contracts up.
Next year, Cam Ward is the franchise.
Cam Ward's a franchise. I think
the number one is proven for sure.
I think if Dart goes to Pittsburgh, he is.
But also, you say Cam Ward. Is Cam Ward the guy, or does he end up being a Jameis Winston? You just know he slings it, he gets it down, but he doesn't get the turnovers under control, and he's throwing some.
Yeah, it wasn't really turnover prone in college all that much.
That's true.
I don't know. Obviously, NFL is a different game, but I think bet against the kid if you want to. You just can't at this point. First ever 0-star recruit to be the number one overall pick in the draft. You can't really, that's craziness. Well, we have another guest here, our good friend Matthew Montgomery. Oh, how do I?
Is that what that boop noise is in my headphones? I thought my headphones die every time that happens. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
How's it going?
What's going on?
I am so pumped to be here. I've been excited for this for weeks. I'm so happy you guys have me on.
Tyler Warren is the pick. Tyler Warren's the pick officially.
There you go.
He just broke my Bengals heart.
The
He
second,
broke
listen,
my
the
heart.
second best tight end coming off the board, as it should have been.
Matt, pleasure
Like
to
I
have you,
said.
brother.
Say again?
It's a pleasure to have you, my guy.
Hey,
Yeah,
What's
we didn't even get to say hello to you. It got so the Colts got up there too quick.
What jersey are you repping?
oh, this is the White Tiger Joe Burrow. I got to bring
Okay.
that kind of energy here because we knocked out 2 drafts in a row with all-time talents, and then we have had all-time misses, it feels like, the last couple of years in the first round. So I'm trying to bring back that Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase type of energy.
There you go.
So are you located in Cincinnati?
Born and raised there. I was there for
Okay.
most of my life. I'm now closer to the Indianapolis area. So I'm happy to see Tyler Warren. It makes the work conversations go easier because everybody is rooting for a tight end there. I think most people thought it was going to be Loveland, myself included. But, hey, Warren, that's not a bad second guy. You know what I mean?
Well, while the Falcons are on the clock here, Matt, we need to ask, what did you think of WrestleMania? We'll start with you.
Oh, dude. All right. I don't care what any of the critics say. I think it's awesome when wrestling rips your heart out. And John Cena being a bad guy is something I never thought I was going to see. I actually have tickets to Backlash in St. Louis, so it looks like I'm going to get to see Orton and Cena in the main event to kind of close out the childhood wrestling love. So I'm pumped. I thought it was great. Joe Hendry appearance, but let's not act like Roman Reigns didn't steal the show with that physique. My goodness, that guy was yoked.
Yeah, for sure. I was so happy to see Joe Hendry pop up, though.
Yeah,
that Randy Orton thing.
I messaged Mike when it happened. I was like, I believe.
Dude, I should have came into the pod with the whole
right. SD, what did you think of Mania?
I definitely enjoyed night one a lot more.
Really, I felt
just because
that's a surprise.
I love the CM Punk and the whole Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. I absolutely love. You expect that to happen, but yet when it still happens, your jaw still drops, right? And that's what it did in that one. Jey Uso winning finally, he deserved this. I absolutely love that. The Charlotte and Tiffany match, I mean, that was a slobber knocker back in JR days, right? I absolutely love that one. The first one was a little, the tag match that was meh. And then you had Dom, right? Dom come out and do work too.
Oh, Rich was so pissed about that.
Steal the show.
No, dude, you know what? Listen, number one, real quick, let me go grab something. I'll be right back. 2 seconds, and I'll show you.
He's going to show you something.
I think that night 2 was the better show overall for sure, SC. And I think the best match was that main event night 1.
How I actually feel, baby. Listen.
Let's go. Let's go.
Listen, you know how long I've been waiting for that shit to happen, and how long in my mind I was like, it's not going to happen. They're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. And now I don't like him being a bad guy at all. I hate it. I don't think, frankly, I think it's kind of corny because he comes out. He doesn't really talk shit. Like he talks shit like a 4th grader when he calls someone an idiot. Like it's like you sound like an adult. You know what I mean? But the lead up to Randy Orton and him, dude, that's going to be so
shit.
Awesome.
Well, he was like shit.
Right, yeah. I looked it up. I was like, how far of a drive is St. Louis? And I'm like, fucking 13 hours. I'm like, nah, 13 hours.
3 hours.
Nah.
3 hours from my house. It's
3 hours for you,
trip,
Jesus
dude. I'm
Christ. Yeah, that's
pretty
perfect.
pumped about it.
You can get there and back. That's not bad, but I thought I may be a little biased because I went last year because it was here in Philly. It was like lackluster, dude. It was like there wasn't that much of a lead up. I feel like the Raw after was way better because you kind of see the faction that's growing with Paul Heyman and Seth, and now Braun Breaker out of nowhere, and then of course you're going to add probably 1 or 2 other people. I thought that for sure was like, all right, we got something cooking here.
I want to apologize to your viewers that I've come on here and we have turned this into a wrestling podcast, but I have to say that I'm pretty pumped. I was gonna try to drop one reference in there to see if anybody got it, and I got hit right out of the gate with how was WrestleMania.
I love it. That's what we talk about too. It's not football, it's wrestling. Good old wrestling.
Yeah, exactly. And we got plenty of time before Atlanta's pick.
Yeah, Atlanta looks like they're taking the full clock here.
Who do you think they go with?
And I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I just don't know who. I
Take
think
Walker?
I thought that
Would
for
you
sure.
consider Walker that?
Walker's gone, isn't he? No, Jalen Walker. Okay, no, he's
Jalen.
not gone. Maybe Mike Green. I don't know how they feel about the off the field stuff. James Pierce
They
in
could-
Tennessee.
They could
I
go
like
receiver as well. I know a lot of people have been heavy on Kyle Williams. What if they come in and sneak out Kyle?
No,
I think
can't
that'd be
see
a
it.
first round
I can't see
pick.
it.
But a wide receiver to play opposite of Drake, I think they
I was
need
going to say,
that
what about a Mecca?
potentially.
I like Emeka Buka a lot. I think that he showed that he doesn't have to be like a number one. So if you're still in the Drake London's better camp, that's fine. I think Emeka Buka fits right in there as kind of like a you forget about him type of guy, but he's going to be productive.
Rich, what do you think? Who do you got Atlanta?
Sorry, so
taking, or what position?
dude, I'm getting distracted. Someone's trying to tell me Tyler Warren's better than Loveland, and I'm like on a fucking text battle right now. I'm like, you're fucking no, he's not.
Especially because I
No,
think
he's
Gabriel
not.
around 5 or 7 as Miami is a lot. Perfect Chua backup, and wide receivers don't need to adjust to the left righty.
We need to get the Oregon love off of this podcast because this is too damn much for me.
Notice I gave you a
Dylan
green background.
Yeah, true. Good point. They're still on the clock, and they're just hanging around. There's a minute left.
Yeah.
Arthur Blank, just chilling out, thinking about his Home Depot shares probably.
You
as
think
well.
they know they're on
Little known
camera
fact.
and they're sitting there with like the whole like, yeah, you see this? Yeah.
So, Rich, who do you think they take?
Sorry, I'm so fucking fighting. I'm sorry.
Dude,
I'm
I
trying to
think
talk
I would
shit
love
on Warren.
the internet explode if they took somebody like Omarion Hampton.
Oh,
I think, dude.
why would you put that?
Oh my
out
god,
there?
Mike would be like, "Oh no, please, not with my boy Bijan."
Stop! Please let me.
I think they would be the
smart
ones to
pick
get
would be
Henderson
an
if they
edge
want to
rusher.
get one.
Yeah.
Mike Green,
Nice
I can
little
see Mike
1-2
Green
punch.
or Walker. I think a defensive player, but I mean, it would be smart to take a defensive player.
So
They got the tools on offense. You don't need an offensive player. Mike Green. I see
Yeah,
Mike
that's
Green
good.
landing between 15 and 21 anyway.
What if they take
So-
Shedeur Sanders here?
Maybe Mike Green. And again, your love for Michael Penix out the window.
I love Michael Penix.
Kirk is still under contract with them too, though, isn't he?
Yeah, there were talks about him
would-
getting traded to
for now.
Cleveland maybe, but that doesn't look like that's happening.
I'm not going to
Would be-
accept any Kirk Cousins slander on this pod. That guy, I
Guy
know
fucking
he's
stinks.
hey, I know that he's probably one of the more boring quarterbacks that's ever lived, but there's just something about that guy, dude. I love him to death.
Him, Jared Goff, they're just kind of in that camp of like very good, but like very boring to watch.
They're the last of a dying breed,
Yeah,
man. That in the
Kirk-
pocket,
Kirk Cousins
they go.
looks sensational last year. I'll tell you, very good. Fart noise. Now picks. Look at that old bastard. Look at him. Hello.
Dude, I'm loving the
What's
suit
going
game. We got the bright
Mike
red
Green.
sport coat.
Look at him.
Yeah, he owns Home Depot too. I don't know if you guys know that. I know I mentioned.
I was going to say if it does, but it,
He
no,
owns
he
Home
doesn't
Depot?
own- he
I thought it was-
created
yeah.
Home Depot.
I
he
thought it was
created Home
UPS.
Depot. I thought.
Oh yeah, I mean still.
I think that's a Tennessee guy, isn't it? Yeah, dude. Yep. I definitely go to UPS for all of my home needs. Oh wait, let me see.
There's a FedEx. It's one of the. I thought it was like a logistics company. It might be FedEx. I think it's FedEx.
Oh really? Oh shit.
I think
All right,
I think
the
that's
pick
a
is in.
Tennessee.
And the only
fella.
reason I know that is because Arthur Blank is his son, right? Or
Mhm.
is he the coordinator? And he went to
No,
Pittsburgh and
Arthur-
headquarters.
Arthur Blank owns Home Depot. A founder of Home Depot.
Oh,
I used to work there as a lad. That's
There
why
he
I
is.
know that.
oh. Who we
As a
got?
lad McConkey.
As a lad.
Mike Green.
That's a good.
Oh,
Jalen Walker, linebacker.
Hold on, dude. Relax. I'm fucking behind.
1 for 1 at the gate, boys.
There you go.
When I hear
So
you
do
say
you-
because you're ahead of me, I'm like, oh, I got an insider telling me.
Yeah.
Right,
What
dude.
happened.
I think Mike's checking Twitter and then fucking screaming it as it
No,
comes
I'm
out.
watching it on the thing.
You live around the corner from me. There's no way that your phone should be that much ahead of my TV.
You got a powerful
that?
phone, man.
May hurt my boy Caden Ellis a little bit.
Now, are you surprised the wide receivers are
This
starting
is-
to drop?
I mean,
No, I think
kinda am. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. I was just gonna I think this is gonna be excellent for Caleb. I mean, this is gonna just add another opportunity for them to be strong on defense. Something they kind of started to find their identity last year, but still really didn't. So I think you have someone like Jay Walker, who's a leader on the defensive side of the ball. So excellent pick for them.
Yeah, I think so. They definitely needed an identity on the defensive
They
side.
just don't have any juice. And I think half of this league, I really do think a bigger part of this league is momentum and just who you have on the other side of the ball. I think there's a psychological part of defense that this modern era of the league just doesn't have as much of because we've kind of litigated out some of those huge hits. You can't go over the middle. You can't blindside guys. And I understand that from a health aspect, but I do think the psychological version of this game is if you've got a guy on the other side of the ball and you're the offense and you're looking over there, you're like, oh God, I got to stay away from that guy.
It's
I do
not
think
coming out.
Yeah.
It's not coming out.
Who was the guy from Pittsburgh? Who was the guy from Pittsburgh? He had the teeth missing. Was it Jack Lambert? And he has like the all-time picture. Like, can you imagine? You have to run straight at that human being. You tell me you're not thinking about making a business decision there.
Run straight at James Harrison, bro.
Oh hell no!
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
I think I'd rather get hit by a car. I think I'd rather get hit by a car, to be honest.
Right.
With you,
Yeah. So I do think that just having somebody back there that's just got a little bit of an edge makes a huge difference. No pun intended if they line him up at the edge. But I just think, yeah, I'm kind of with you, SC. I just think they need somebody back there that's kind of a name.
Yeah.
Right,
So just to bring that grit.
The Cardinals are on the clock. We'll start with you, Matt. Who do you think they're taking?
You know, honestly, I think Arizona needs quite a bit. I don't think that there's any one position that they're like, okay, we have to take this one because we're super weak here. I think they're just kind of weak across the board. I wouldn't be shocked if they went receiver again. I know they took Harrison last year, but outside of Harrison and McBride, who are you afraid of on that offense? And I think that they just need to keep surrounding Kyler because I don't know. I like Kyler Murray. I understand he's one of the more frustrating quarterbacks to have both in fantasy and probably real life NFL, especially during the Call of Duty drop. But I do think that if you surround him with weapons, you can kind of mask some of those insecurities that they may have with him. But honestly, wouldn't be shocked if they went defense either.
Rich, who do you think?
Yeah, I'm kind of waiting for Mike Green to come off the board. I think they go defense.
SC.
I think they go defense here.
Are you a Mike Green fan?
I was a lot until hit the off the field issues, and I'm just like,
yeah.
But like,
can play.
Football wise, strictly
sure.
strictly football. The dude's amazing. Strictly football. Otherwise, not so much.
Let's see, who do you got here? What do you think here?
I want to see Ibuka come off the board. Pair him with Harrison. You know, it's two wide receivers that already have the chemistry. Add on to what Matt's saying. Matt said, build weapons around Tyler. You bring in a wide receiver that knows your other ex-wide receiver, can communicate with him easily and just say, hey, bro, this is the system. Let me show you the ropes here, right? As Ibuka really did to Harrison, as Harrison was getting molded, right? Because Ibuka had been there as well. So now you have it where he brings him in and Ibuka's right in there, right? Give him someone that you have a guy that can go kind of outside a little bit, you're post a little bit there in Trey McBride or up the middle, bringing Ibuka to be your slot. You still have Michael Wilson that could be the outside. I think that's a beautiful pick for them, and I think that's something they need to make happen.
I could for sure see that. I feel like this is going to be a defensive pick. Jonathan Gannon, former defensive coordinator, they took offensive side of the ball last year. I think they take like maybe one of the top corners, maybe Barron. Could be him, could be another defensive end. I think Arizona needs to go defense here. Again, I think we've talked about it a couple times that we like a lot of the depth at wide receiver almost as much as some of the top guys here. So if they end up with like a Jalen Royals in the second round, a Kyle Williams, you mentioned him, Jalen Noel,
Jaden Higgins, my guy.
Yep, Higgins, yep. So they definitely could do something there in the second round. So it would not shock me if they go with defensive side of the ball. My prediction, I'm going to say probably defensive end. I want to say corner, but I don't feel like that's going to be the move for them right now.
Yeah, you can say Mike Green. You can say that.
I would say James Pierce. James Pierce from Tennessee reminds
me.
Man, I hope if the Bengals go edge, I hope it's him.
Yeah.
Don't say that.
I was about to ask you, Max. I know the Bengals are next. Who are your top 3 players you would want the Bengals to get right now?
I like Pierce.
Because
hold on, I'm about
pick
to
is in for Arizona.
Yeah, hold on, sorry, I don't want to.
because they're
Yeah,
not gonna sign Hendrickson. So
It just came on. Nice pick.
That was my
Ooh.
other one, of course.
okay,
That was the predicted
That's
Eagles pick at
Good call.
32.
good call.
Nice pick.
It's a very nice.
I think I like James Pierce for the Bengals. Sorry to go just step
Yeah, you're
right
good.
back on you.
No,
I
you're
love
good.
Pierce. I prefer Pierce. I think with us losing Hubbard, who also was having a bad year last year, I think that's the easiest pick him up and go guy. We, for whatever reason, are just dead in the secondary. So Will Johnson, somebody that I could get behind, even though he's a Michigan guy. All right, I could get past that part of my life to be a supporter. But then also, I'm a big interior guy.
Hmm.
So somebody like Derek Harmon to bring back up to the Oregon fans in this group here. See, I like interior defensive line. If I was building a team, I would build from the inside out with the defensive line, and that's mostly because I just think having maybe not a pass rushing threat at defensive tackle, but if you can make the quarterback uncomfortable with up the middle pressure of any kind, whether you just get a good jump or not, I think it changes the entire play. With an edge rusher, yeah, they're sexy. Yeah, they're awesome. If you get the big jacked up guy that can run 1,000 miles an hour, like, of course, that's awesome to have. But if you have that big brute in the middle that is just pushing over a grown man right in front of you within 2 seconds of the snap, you're going to think about that. It's going to change how you play the game quarterback. And with our division having elite quarterbacks and then now having better defense with Cleveland now making moves all of a sudden, which is scaring me as a Bengals fan. They're actually having a competent management of this team now. You got the Lamar Jacksons of the world. You need to be able to get at the other quarterbacks. And I think either edge or interior pressure, but Will Johnson, I wouldn't be mad about. Just don't do anything dumb. Don't bangle this pick. I love the Bengals. I've supported them from Carson tearing his leg up all the way through the Dalton years where he's firing people up in a high-pitched, squeaky voice. Like, I've gotten through all of that. We finally are cool again. Joe Burrow has swag. There's nothing like that throw in the snow. It makes me feel alive. Don't mess this up, guys. Please don't mess this up.
I really like James Pierce. That would be a great pick for you guys. I was actually going to bring up two people here. James Pierce, I did the Path of the Draft episode with Nino, who was on the show earlier. That is probably one of my favorite defensive ends in this class. He reminds me so much of current Philadelphia Eagle, Nolan Smith. Just that high motor, just get after it. Kind of a similar structure or size structure. So I would really like that pick for him. Will Johnson, you mentioned. I did not like him at all. Another Path to the Draft conversation. This dude could not tackle anything. He looks like me out there trying to tackle NFL players. Like, it is fucking awful.
You don't want that.
I think he's more of a zone corner. If that's what you guys need, obviously that's gonna be perfect. But
The pick's in.
Is it?
Shador Sanders.
Corey.
Corey, what is going on, dude?
Pierce over Turner.
Yeah, for me,
Yeah,
but
I think
Corey,
so.
I would give you a good answer, but you just made me really mad with the stuff thing, so I'm not going to justify it. It's Pierce.
Hey, I will say that to your point, man. Back in the day, I had Carson Palmer on my fantasy teams, but then also Husmanzada, man. I feel like I walked away every draft with Husmanzada.
How many fantasy team names were named after TJ Houshmandzadeh when it was like TJ Who's Your Mama and all that shit?
Right.
I got a stitched TJ Houshmandzadeh jersey upstairs in my closet. Talk about a pull.
John Cena mask, TJ Houshmandzadeh jersey. You're a man after my own heart, baby.
He was one of the more under the radar type wide receivers, just very good and consistent.
He was very unconventional guy from the beginning. Junior college guy who kind of, I think he dropped out and then went back, got a GED, something like that, and then ended up in the NFL draft. And then ended up, I think, had a huge stalker after him. Dude, it was some crazy shit with TJ Houshmandzadeh. And it was always fun to follow him because he was the best number 2 in the 2000s to watch, dude. He was just so much fun.
The Bengals don't usually mess up receiver. I mean, we mess up a lot of things. Don't get me wrong, but receiver,
they mess up trying to pay him. That's for sure.
Yeah. We don't have a bank account apparently.
We're they do, but they just they kind of make them think that they can't pay them. And it's what are you doing, dude? Just fucking pay the guys.
Yeah,
you
we sold naming rights to the stadium so we could pay Joe Burrow. So I mean, we're basically doing the NFL version of a lemonade stand to try to get these guys out with money.
Okay, the pick is in. They have to go defensive end. They have to. I know we've said it a couple times, but I know now Matt is probably stressed out.
Don't mess this up. Don't mess this
Does
up.
that mean the Eagles can trade for Trey Hendrickson like I've wanted them to do for like
they
months
what
now?
if they get? What if they get?
I would love it.
I know it's so greedy because we did sign most everyone, and I never with my wildest dream would have believed that. But now I kind of want them all. So if Hendrickson leaves, I still feel like it's a failure, and that's a terrible thing to say, considering I thought we were going to lose both T and Jamar. We made Jamar mad. We brought back Gesicki
For some reason.
I don't know.
Can you, for my IDP purposes, can you tell me Dax Hill's going to be okay?
Dude, I wish I could say that, but he's making me nervous too. He's one of the guys I was talking about when I first jumped on, where they just, for whatever reason, Miles Murphy, same thing. You pick him high, you expect a lot out of him, specifically Hill, who was supposed to play kind of everywhere in the secondary, not just corner, but it was nickel corner, then it was safety, then it was back to corner, and it's like they can't figure out what to do with him, and that makes me believe he's not good at any of them. But I'm hopeful he's still young. Dude, Corey, bro, I don't know who you are, but
I don't know who he is either.
Corey, what are you doing?
SD, do you know Corey?
What?
Do you know Corey?
No.
Who is this gentleman that's throwing all this Bengals
got-
hatred out here?
Well, he's got 2 first names. I don't know what's going on, and he's picking on me.
You have a secret admirer, just you don't know who he is. Just gives you shit all the time about the Bengals.
My first hater.
We all have.
Here
to
it comes,
dude.
Long snapper.
Dude, you want to see me actually rage on this thing?
Crash out, as the kids say.
Dude,
what the hell is that?
Roger Goodell looks so cool with his fucking bright ass white shoes and his blue suit. It's like I can be a youth. Comb your hair.
Who we got?
Mike, either turn your TV up or lower it down, dude.
I'm okay with that.
That's a good pick.
That's fine. That's fine. We're winning the Super Bowl. It's over, guys. We don't even need to do another pod. We've got next year. This team's winning the Super Bowl. We got the best offense since the Rams in whatever year, 2099, whatever. Now we got the best defensive player in the draft. This is beautiful.
Look at the necklace on that guy.
See, even Corey's coming around.
Too bad they'll ruin it.
You know what? Touche, buddy. Touche. You're not wrong. Nice, dude. This has been awesome. You guys are bringing the good vibes here. We're actually doing some real drafting here.
Corey might be one of my guys in my 16 league, to be honest.
Well, if you're looking to make cuts,
you said you didn't even know, and now he's in one of your leagues. That's
I was thinking about the name. I was like, wait, I do know Corey.
There's almost 300 people watching.
I'm sure you're a great guy.
There's a chance that we don't even know who that is.
Good point.
All right.
For the 300 people that have watched this and let us talk about wrestling for about a good 10 minutes, we appreciate every single one of you for sticking around. And what's this say? You know that suit, he was hoping to be an Eagle. Yeah. Yeah. That is a very green suit, man.
Listen,
he almost fits in our background.
We can't all be Eagles, baby. We can't all be Eagles.
Man. Must be nice.
Oh, dude,
listen, we went through hell for God knows how long being in the fucking Cowboys division.
That is the least excited draft war room I've seen all night. This is horrible vibes for the Bengals here. What are we doing, guys? Be pumped.
Oh, God.
Be pumped.
Samar Stewart. Nice.
It's a good pick.
I like that. You know who I'm excited about, to speak at A-Lab, is Nick Scorton. I want to see where he goes. I think that's a phenomenal edge. He did well. Purdue came to A&M, did well as well. You talk about someone that's dynamic or explosive off the edge.
I was going to say,
came into it.
I was going to say, was he the athletic Texas A&M tight end, or was that Stewart? I can't remember. Both of them were.
Scorton was real nice. That's why he transferred from Purdue after 2 years. I mean, he was someone that was a little bit more. I feel like your Samar was a lot more of a run stopper versus this Scorton came all around.
Yeah, he's right about that with Abdul Carter on the other side of the line now with Dexter Lawrence and who am I blanking on? Oh, Brian Burns. That's a crazy defensive line. Yep.
Are you guys IDP guys or is it just SC?
I play a little bit IDP. Rich is in one IDP as well. We're not great at it. kind
I'm
of
kind
like
of shocked that
crapshoots.
Campbell's still around here, the
Who's
linebacker
that?
out of Alabama, Jihad Campbell. I'm
Mm.
kind of surprised that he's still around. I know that we're kind of like reacting to the running back resurgence this year, but I figured that defensive coordinators would pivot a little bit and start taking defensive players a little bit higher, specifically linebackers, especially inside ones. You just don't see those guys go high anymore. I was kind of expecting to go high in what people are considering a weak draft. I just felt like there was going to be more stuff like that, but it's been pretty chalk as far as the players in the first 17 picks. I don't think there's really been too many surprises.
Yeah,
Dude, that'd be an
Campbell
awesome place to go. I mean,
Yeah.
they're starting to get old. Levante David's got to be pushing 40.
is- Yeah, he does. They have what's his name? Yaya Dibby, I think that's
Diaby.
Diaby. Yeah, he can play though. He can play. I really
Yeah.
like Kalijah Cansey as well. They have probably one of my favorite defensive tackles in Tampa Bay and Vita Vea. Just
Dude.
like that. If you want to talk about a scary dude who probably is
Dude.
going to be a professional wrestler in about
Jacked.
3-4 years, Vita Vea is going to be a professional wrestler in like 3 years.
In 3 years.
Yeah.
You know who I want to see as a football player though? Obafemi. Imagine if that guy was just like
Dude,
as a linebacker, maybe just like
That's
just
terrifying.
bro.
listen, give me some Omos love in the chat here, baby.
Wants to be
the
like
Homo
left tackle.
sapiens.
He stinks, dude. He's the worst. He is the epitome of the worst wrestler I've ever seen.
No, they're dropping the ball on him. They could definitely do something great with him.
They dropped it like 2 years ago. I don't even think he's around. He was in some like backyard
No, he's
fucking wrestling.
Dude, he's
the
like
other
he's
day.
like an influencer for perfume. Or not perfume, cologne.
nice.
Like
Good
he has
for
a
him.
YouTube
What?
channel where he does like cologne. Isn't that so random?
Smell good.
Can you
Gotta
imagine
smell good,
Joe
man.
Moss trying to sell you cologne at like a Dillard's?
I'd be terrified.
think I'd have to
He'd
buy
be
it.
spraying me in the eyes. He's so fucking tall. Like, he's just, ah!
Oh, whoa.
We're talking
Oh,
about cologne. Stop.
Do you
Oh.
fucking swear to God, eh?
We're talking about perfume or cologne.
You
Oh,
can't.
Seattle.
No. Listen,
see-
listen. You
I
can't.
can see
You can't look
a
right
mega
into
burger
that
going there.
that camera, saying he's gonna spray me in the eyes and
Seattle
expect me
protecting-
not to
Ooh.
acknowledge it.
A North
Seattle
Dakota State guard.
Oh wow.
protecting Darnold.
Oh,
Sammy D did not get
And you
enough
got-
love. I still think
Yeah.
Minnesota made a mistake, but I have to take an L. I was all on the Minnesota re-sign him bandwagon,
Yeah.
and I was wrong on it.
Is that the
With-
right pick for them? I don't really know.
With this
much about
pick, you have Kubiak there now, right? So you know he's gonna want to run the ball. Kenneth
Mhm.
Walker and
Yeah.
Zach Charbonnet, they needed someone to be a nice force in the middle for them to run up the middle. So I mean, I think that's a smart pick for him.
Yeah, it makes sense. This is a team historically that does not have good offensive line play, for sure.
They've been
So,
missing
and-
that.
Yeah, and what's his name? Andrew? Was it Andrews? Their center
Yeah.
last year retired
Facts,
in the middle of the
Spencer.
season. Yeah, retired in the middle of the season.
Yep.
So they definitely
So-
need to address some of the offensive line needs there. So this is probably. I don't know much about this player, but
Now, guys,
Yeah, I didn't grind a lot of North Dakota State offensive line tape. I'm not going to lie to you boys. I
no,
wasn't
my
prepared,
guy
and I
Spencer
apologize.
knows. I went to Sam Houston State, and North Dakota State beat us like 3 years in a row for the championship in football in the FCS. So I do not like North Dakota State. I was not a Trey Lance guy, not a Watson guy. But this was a smart move for them. I'm gonna give it to them.
all right. Now the Bucks are
So-
on the clock. What do you think they do here?
You know what? Give me hate. Why not Hampton? Why
You
not
watch your
Omari
mouth.
on here?
You
I
watch
know
them now.
they're the Bucky Irving stands are going to come for me here.
yeah, right now,
But-
dude. Don't do that.
Why not? You know,
Yeah, right now.
everybody runs. Everybody runs
it's
the
gonna
two
take
running
my
backs.
shit. Take an offensive tackle and keep it pushing, dude. That's what I need.
I know it's. I mean, I like Bucky. I think he's going to be fine. But is he really
Mm-hmm.
going to be able to do like 300, 350 carries a year without getting banged up?
Well, they
I
already
got a
have
different-
like 3 running backs.
They still
So-
got Rashad. We got a Rashad believer.
Yeah,
So,
man.
How long?
I want to believe.
How long did they hitch their wagon to Baker Mayfield?
You know, I
Oh,
can
he's
see one of
not-
those project quarterbacks on here, like a Jalen Milrow. The problem is you can't have a celebrity backup. So if you get a first
No.
round pick at there, it's just going to be a controversy all year.
They're locked into Baker. They restructured him. He's locked
Oh,
in
yeah.
2027,
3 years?
2028 or something. Yeah,
What is it, a
so-
3-year deal?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's locked until 2027, 2028.
Okay.
So I don't
Yeah,
think
so
they're
he
gonna
goes
if
for
they, but that's why if they could get one later because I don't think they like trying to blank.
Sanders or Dart?
No, who's their backup right now?
I'm shocked, Corey.
Michael Pratt from Tulane
No,
last year.
Pratt. Is it Pratt?
Yeah, it is Pratt.
Hmm.
I like Pratt. I actually did like Pratt a little bit
I was
as a
thinking
dart throw.
Pratt's kind of like a Baker if you think about it. I mean, he has that kind of arm. You know, he just needs the polishing around the edges.
I don't see why anybody would be skeptical on Baker. I think he's shown enough to be like, all right, he's
Yeah.
got him to the playoffs. Did they win their playoff game, the first one?
Sure. So is he the franchise quarterback or is he a bridge quarterback?
He's a
I think he can be a franchise guy. I think it's close though.
Okay.
I don't disagree if you believe he's a bridge guy because he's not sexy.
He's been.
not
I mean,
gonna-
he's been on how many teams? So it's like
I think that
it's not
Rams-
crazy to think.
Yeah, I think that Rams stint did more for him when
I
he
do
went to
too.
Tampa Bay, and I think it turned around for him. I think at this point, Baker's locked in as the franchise guy for Tampa.
Now,
do
did they
take
get
a
rid of their
backup and-
coordinator?
What's
Was that the Jags? The Jags coach was their old coordinator, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
1 second,
that-
guys. 1 second.
Liam Cohen.
That makes me a little bit nervous when you lose a coordinator, especially when you see the resurgence that Baker Mayfield has
Mhm.
gone, and then you have that instability. So now I think we're going to see the real Baker. So this year might be like, all right, has he legitimately taken that next step after the stint with the Rams for like what 10 days or whatever it is.
And we got a plant in here. Mike knows his shit. Look at him. Yeah, look at him send Venmos.
Romero's a
Jesus
Corey
Christ.
Evans, hey, dude, here it
Romero
is,
is a
dude. He's
bum.
like,
Do it right now
say
while he's
something
gone.
nice.
That's crazy. We got to wait
Don't
for
put
SC.
mine
I'll
on the
keep
screen
this
if
up
he
there
says
until SC gets back.
I don't know how long it's going to take.
Romero's a bum. All
So we
caps
got-
too. That's not just like a little insult. Like he really wanted that to sting.
He really typed hard as hell into the
That
keyboard.
was
He's got Jesus.
Yeah,
So
no, I know who this is. This is why I got my guys in the draft. He's a good guy. He's over
Leaving the
here.
stream is Bush League. Jeez.
Amen. SC is supposed to be the professional in this group too.
Bush League, dude. Bush League.
Thank you. Thank you.
I am
Oh,
not when
thank
it comes
you,
to the NFL making the picks. I have been missing every single pick. So I know these players really well, but every time you ask me who I think they get, they go the complete opposite way. So if you want your guy, if like it's defense, offense, let me know, and I'll make sure they say it out loud so they pick the defense.
We're having
What
his
do you think of those?
now?
What do you think of those oversized hats?
Stupid.
I hate
Is that Gilly the kid in the
Real quick,
background there?
real quick. No, thank you, Keenan, for my fellow piggy for watching. Appreciate it. Look at him,
Appreciate you coming in, Kenny.
my fellow piglet.
I'm squeezing in here to try to read them. That's why.
Oh damn!
Lay off Romero.
It's all be like that. It's like because I was trying to see who was saying it on my computer here. I have different screens going on. I have the draft here. I have another draft talk over here in the Discord, and then I'm looking.
You're
at this.
of many many talents there. I see you're all over the place.
Oh yeah, everywhere trying to.
Man of many hats is probably where I was going with that. But is Shador having his Will Levis moment?
Wait a second. That is
Or
that
Shador.
is Gilly. Why is Gilly there?
Wait,
Get out of here! Get. What are you in there with that? That fucking stupid big ass fucking hat. He looks like his fucking smacked ass, dude. I hate that. Can you imagine being a fucking grown man at like 50 and change, and your hat is like the fucking you got a big ass, but it's so dumb.
Yeah, and this
dude.
is coming from
Come on.
4 guys that are wearing normal sized hats, pal.
Right, dude. Because you know why, dude? That hat's like $130. That hat's a jersey.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Who we got? Who we
the
got?
pick is in
Bucks,
for
oh my
Tampa.
Number
Shador.
19. Ooh,
Ooh.
ooh, that's spicy.
Oh,
Future
Jalen
Bucks. Future
Jalen,
Bucks
see you later,
receiver.
Jalen.
Future Bucks receivers. You have Jalen McMillan and Amuka.
Mm.
Wow.
Well, you
Wow,
got
I
the
think that's
80
good. He fits in perfectly. He doesn't have to be the number one. Mike Evans is still showing he's credible. For whatever reason, Chris Godwin refuses to die. I think that the only one there is Jalen. I think he's the only one that's kind of the odd man out. He's going to be the one competing, and I don't know if he wins it. He looked good at the end of the year, but he hasn't shown it consistently enough for me to believe. I would probably take Emeka Ibuka over him in drafts.
Okay,
And
so
redraft.
Yeah.
my thing here right now at pick 20,
That's what
I'm
I'm saying.
I'm assuming it's a running back. All right, let's just shut off pick 20 right now. Who's
Yeah.
going at 21? Is it going to be Sanders or is it going to be Dart? Who's it going to be? Because it's got to be one of them, right? It's got to be one of those.
I think because Mike
he was running
Tomlin
back.
they're starting to get mad at Tomlin, whether it's warranted or not. They're starting to get mad at him. And if you draft Shador Sanders, it puts Mike Tomlin on the hot seat. And I 100% could see Deion Sanders leaving college to go to Pittsburgh. The Pittsburgh Steelers, legendary franchise, it's a no-brainer decision. So I doubt that they would go Sanders if Tomlin's the one making that decision. If he's
So
not,
you think it's
I think it's got to be Dart.
unless okay. So do you guys think it could be any other position? Because I think quarterback. I mean, unless you want to go with fucking Mason.
They didn't
Rudolph.
invite Milrow to this draft. And
Huh.
the AFC North is full of quarterbacks that do stuff. And,
That
you
would
know,
be
Sanders,
insane.
he's good. I think he's a professional. I think he's an accurate passer. But I think with Milrow, the ceiling's higher. And you kind of need a high ceiling in the AFC North right now.
Okay. Yeah. See, what do you think?
For the Steelers, another position, why not running back? I mean, if the Broncos drop Hampton here, why not go get the guy that can replace Najee what Najee was? He's still Jalen Warren. I don't think they would go Henderson here, but I think Hampton may be a good pick. Quarterback, what Matt was saying about the hot seat, that makes sense. Again, I don't know if that's the move here, especially if you're seeing them drop. I mean, you may have faith in getting a quarterback next year. You know, I think this is a team that can play more chess, and let's get our pieces around us. And next year, if it doesn't work, maybe Tomlin Ray has my guy and says, hey, we got to go with our LSU guy and Nussmart. Maybe Arch does come out or it solidifies, hey, Arch, you come out next year, you're a Pittsburgh Steeler, man. You know, stuff like that. So, yeah.
Don't be
All right,
shocked
Matt.
if Indy tanks for him.
Thank you for jumping on with us. I appreciate you jumping on, and
Thank you
I'm
so
glad
much,
that
guys,
you're
for
very
having me.
happy with the Cincinnati pick, obviously, because that's what you
It's
wanted.
the Super Bowl. You guys don't even need to watch the season this year. I'll let you know how it went.
Thanks for joining us, man. You have a good night.
Thanks
Thank
for
you,
coming
guys.
on.
Have a good one.
Yeah, it's good to see you all. Thank you.
All right, as we get ready to, whoop, there it goes. Hold on. We'll bring in our Broncos correspondent, Dustin. How you doing?
What's going on, my guy?
What's going on, fellas? I'm doing good. You're just getting ready to see what Denver does here, man. It feels like the stars are aligned for us to take my boy.
You want Travion still?
I'm cool with Hampton too. I feel like you can't go wrong, but I do just, man, I was just telling my wife actually right now, as we're watching this, I'm like, I'm cool with letting a running back fall to us too. I mean, you know, I was going pretty hard in the Discord talking about how I don't think it matters at this point. They're set up to take best player available. And running back is a glaring need. And with Sean Payton has such a good history of selecting running backs. Man, give him a first-round talent. I feel like our playoff Super Bowl push window is open right now. So I would love to take a running back here in the first round. But I also can't fault the process if we don't.
Yeah, I think running back here is the lock pick. I thought until they signed Evan Ingram it was going to be a tight end, but
yeah.
Which running back are we going with here? Are we consensus Hampton or what?
I want Travion Henderson.
Okay.
Personally.
SC.
I think I'm with Hampton.
Yeah, I think Hampton. I know Henderson would be still on, but I feel Hampton could be the workhorse back that they need. Not necessarily a Henderson type where they can just Henderson. I think will do less or more with less. So I would go Hampton here if I'm the Broncos.
Yeah, Hampton's my pick as well as my RB2, but they're going to shock us
Hey.
like Quinshon Judkins.
I was to say it wouldn't shock me if they go Caleb Johnson. I think that may be a good pick, but I don't think they're good on the first.
Yeah, I don't know if I could get behind Caleb Johnson in the first, but I was actually, Mike, you were there with me in the lounge. I was talking about a little bit of Audric Estime. I feel like he profiles kind of as that, maybe not the every down back, but he's going to get those valuable goal line touches, short yardage situations. I think he really actually, I mean, the production, if you just look at the raw stats, probably doesn't really look like much, but he really passed the eye test to me, man. And I think with given more opportunities, he could fulfill that You have a guy like Henderson that comes in as a little more of a, he could be deployed as a weapon out of the backfield, running routes, legitimate routes that he really wasn't asked to run at Ohio State. I like the pairing with Sean Payton. So I'm excited. Let's see. It says the pick is in.
It's going to be very interesting to see what they do here. I do agree, though, kind of. I mean, I'm a bigger Hampton fan, but it does make sense if it was Henderson and Estime because they're, complete opposites as a running back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's see what it is.
Sean Payton looks stressed. He
looks stressed? Nah.
He looks stressed out.
What stream do you guys got on? I switch over to ESPN for a little bit, but
We're on. I'm on NFL Network.
That's what I'm on.
Same. I'm on NFL Network.
I've been
all right. I guess the popular one is NFL.
I just love Daniel Jeremiah. Yeah.
Dude, hard.
Yeah, I like
dude,
Jeremiah too.
Bad habits die hard, dude. I just throw on ESPN. It's just like such a impulse click, dude. Impulse click every time. It's like.
What did we'll talk about it after that pick. I want to ask you about that Travis Hunter trade, Dustin, when this is done. But we'll see because Goodell's coming out. It looks like.
Pick is in.
Oh man, they're gonna have
would
this
be
whole
cool.
debacle.
They always
like
do. It's a
Hampton
tradition.
What is this now?
World Wish Month.
Ah.
I'm expecting John Cena to bust through the back.
The anti-Make-A-Wish John Cena now.
Right.
John Cena comes back and the champions choose.
Yeah, he hits the kid with the FU and then just walks away.
This here, son.
That is a crazy Hawaiian shirt. Did you guys see that Broncos Hawaiian shirt that dude was wearing? That dude was
No, I missed that.
No, I was looking at the midget next to him.
Love the shirt. I got that.
Let's go, Broncos. Come on, baby.
Now, are you located, Dustin? Are you located in Denver? Or are you just a Denver fan?
I'm in Colorado. I'm like an hour and a half south of Denver, but yeah, I'm here in Colorado.
Oh, they took. Ooh, wow!
Oh, we took a corner.
What?
Oh,
wow! That's weird. He doesn't
Pair
play
him-
running back.
pair him with
He doesn't play
Shatan.
running back. Hey, I mean, you can't. It's a need there in Denver to have another corner. We got Surtain to lock down the outside. JD, this is a great pick to put out there on the outside, and as well, we had tremendous depth already in the secondary that was playing well, and so now we're able to deploy 4 or 5 corners out there to really match up man to man, which
This is more of a ball.
is going to want to play.
This is more of a ball hawking corner
Yes.
than Pat Surtain. Pat Surtain's a lockdown,
Mhm.
corner, and then you got the guy who's the ball hawk. DNA crew is stressing about Sanders. What's your thoughts? Oh man, TJ's probably having a heart attack right now because he does not.
It
want
better be
Shedeur
Dart,
Sanders.
dude. It better be Dart. They got an alley-oop to who is it going to be, Dart or Sanders? Man, I think it should be Dart.
What if they take? I don't know. I mean, I think the quarterback's going to be a pick here.
What if they take a running back and they're just like, whatever. Both are second-round picks. That'd be wild,
That could
right?
happen because nobody's going to take
after
a
them,
quarterback after Pittsburgh.
I'm looking at Pittsburgh, Chargers, Green Bay, Minnesota, Houston, Rams maybe. Rams would be the next spot. Baltimore, Detroit, Washington, Buffalo, Kansas City, and your NFL champions, Philadelphia Eagles, to close it out. What if the
I don't know.
Yeah, what if the
Unless
Eagles?
the team
What if the
moves it.
Eagles took Sanders and just close it down?
Yeah, Rich is
They're like,
going to
well-
take the Chev approach and quit podcasting and go.
No, I'll headbutt a knife, probably. No, fuck.
Isn't they could really kind of go? I mean, I think they have to go quarterback.
No. Yes, that's it. They can't. No, there's no kind of go. They need to go quarterback. That's what they need. They need a quarterback. They got
this is the
50
reason- hold
fucking
on.
dudes in this room. Stay Dart. I could be right on Loveland, and I'll be right on Dart, and then I'll fucking
There we
close
go.
out the night. Come on. They
Rich
keep showing. They
wants-
keep showing them.
Rich
Oh my
just
God,
wants
fuck.
a quarterback in Pittsburgh.
What did we do? What did we?
It's in. It's in. Why? I don't.
False.
I'm confused. Why Gilly is there? There you go. Thank
They
you.
took Jackson
Thank you.
Dart. No, I'm just
Uh-uh.
kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Listen,
Don't do
I didn't
that.
want Rich to
Don't
get
be
some red cards.
SC. Come on, come on, man.
I thought about. I was like, I need to do this before Rich gets too excited. No, I'm just kidding.
He said they took Dart.
Oh.
I gotta be
I don't understand
Dart.
why Gilly's there.
I don't either. With his big fucking idiot hat, dude. God, that makes me so angry. Look
Just the
look
big
how
hat.
form fitting. Look how form fitting this hat is. Fits my big ass head. You don't need a fucking big stupid ass. I hate him.
Hey, man, if you got a big head, you mean you don't want a just big hat? On top of
Yeah.
that, shit that-
Got the
Tell
Doug
you what,
Thibodeau,
though,
the Doug
they don't-
Thibodeau hat.
they don't get a quarterback here. Go trade for
try-
Mason Rudolph.
Oh God!
Oof. I don't
Trade,
like
the
that.
fifth, trade the fourth pick for it. Go ahead. If he's the starting quarterback,
If they don't take a quarterback here, they're going to end up drafting like a Will Howard in the third or something like that.
Oh god, this is like I don't even know why I'm sweating. I don't
Hello?
care about Pittsburgh, but
You
like I
are
just want to be
sweating.
right. I'm like, dude, like, fuck it, go Birds. But like,
so
Fucking go Birds.
I know Pittsburgh's pick is in, but are we about to see Harold Fanning go to the Chargers?
In the first round?
Please. No,
Yeah,
please, it's
like,
not going to
next
happen.
pick.
But please.
I
I
mean,
love that.
we've
That
seen
would
crazier
validate-
stuff, right? That'll be great. The running backs drop and the tight ends go.
Derek Harmon.
A defensive tackle. All right. We don't need running backs. We don't need quarterbacks. We don't need none of this offensive shit. Fuck your,
Look at Rich's
fuck your
face.
dynasty rookie drafts.
IDP.
who the
cooking.
fuck is that at a South
IDP.
Harmon University? Is like a remember that movie?
Shit.
Ask me about my wiener. Who the fuck is that guy? Oh, that's
Hey, that's
awful.
Oregon
Sorry,
defensive
Pittsburgh.
tackle there.
Yeah,
That's
bro.
easy.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. I hope he can play quarterback. Sorry, guys. Sorry, Wiz.
He probably can better than
That
Rudolph.
sucks.
True, he probably can.
Yeah.
better than Rudolph.
I think Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer could play better than Mason Rudolph.
To be honest,
Oh my
though, what's to
God.
say the Steelers don't try to trade for Cousins? Y'all talked about it earlier that there's
It could
potentially
happen.
for Houston.
Oh, that
You know,
sucks,
you
dude.
trade a third for him. I don't think
I don't
you're
like
gonna
that
get
either. Yeah.
What an awful
Man.
pick. That was awful.
Yeah. That was an awful pick. At 21?
Oh my
Mm.
God, Dynasty DNA, dude. You guys are probably. Oh my God. These are very
Well, I
upset,
think we're
aren't
just
you?
happy it's not Shador. It's the biggest.
Aren't
thing.
you, Squidward? That's
It's
such
not
an
about
awful
Hayward.
pick.
You have
How do
Harmon
you-
go behind Hayward because Hayward's closer to
What-
retirement as well.
Do we think the
How do you
Chargers
go
take a
into-
running back here? We got
Somebody better
Hampton right
take a
there.
running back.
They have to.
I need a
They
running
have
back.
to.
Take Hampton right here. That's a Harbaugh pick. That
Mhm.
feels like a Harbaugh pick to me right there. You get your big back
Or-
that's got that
Yeah.
power to speed.
Or is it Will Johnson? The corner from
Yeah.
Michigan. Now that Asante Samuel Jr. is gone, he's a Michigan guy.
Did he sign? Did he sign anywhere? Samuel Jr. Did he sign anywhere?
No,
yet?
he's still available.
Mm.
Which is super weird, right?
He's got health issues, I think.
Me too. After that last pick, Jesus Christ!
You got
Yeah, that
Mike
shit
Green
was-
still on the board.
Who's
What
that?
an awful
Got
pick.
him. Thank God I'm not a Steelers fan. I feel bad for
Thank you,
them.
right, dude? Yeah,
James-
absolutely.
James Pierce on the board. You want some edge help out there?
Mm. That could be the pick.
could-
Yeah, that feels like a hardball pick.
I was gonna say, Mike, I could tell I've been hanging around some Philly boys for too long because for no reason I was just like, "Fuck Pittsburgh." like I felt it.
We actually don't hate Pittsburgh that much, to be honest with you.
Hmm.
We got enough issues with.
I mean,
Cowboys fans.
listen. All we do is win. Like I'm just used to winning, so I'm like just watch winning Super Bowl. So like, why would I bother with irrelevancy? You know what I mean? Come on.
Totally.
No, we
yeah.
have a lot
listen.
of we have a lot of Cowboys
Listen.
fans in Philadelphia.
Let me tell you something. Let me
Okay.
tell you something right now. A lion does not care about the opinion of a
Oh,
lamb.
God.
Just so you know.
There we go.
Just so you know.
Yeah.
There's
My
going to be a
grandma's got
night.
that.
Listen, there's going to be a night. There's going to be a night coming up. It's going to be cold outside. You guys will be turning it on. It's going to be Monday night, maybe Sunday night. And you're going to see a bunch of dudes come out with boxes, big-ass boxes, like this big. You know what's going to be on side of them? Super Bowl rings, dude. That's all that fucking matters.
Those are not big boxes. Those are tiny boxes.
They're pretty large. They're pretty large. In terms of your big-ass head, they're pretty large. Come on.
True.
They're going to be coming out with rings, and there's going to be diamonds inside of there. So what do I care about what Pittsburgh's doing? They won in the 70s. They won in the 80s. Congratulations.
I really think they needed to take a quarterback. I think Dart or
they should have.
They, you know what happened? They made that mistake taking a quarterback when they thought they needed one with Kenny Pickett in the first round.
Panicked. Yeah.
And they're like, no, we're not going to do that. You go trade for a guy like Kirk. Maybe this is a sign that Rodgers is going to sign. They were just like, let's see who falls on draft day.
That's
Our guy there is defensively. We're going to go ahead and get you. You know, let Rodgers do his thing. And when he's ready to come in, come in. You know, they can have a bridge quarterback.
After a year like last year, why would you go out and trade for Kirk Cousins?
You have a quarterback.
Is he that much better than you taking Dart or Sanders?
If you believe the quarterbacks in next year's class are better,
yeah, maybe.
Yeah, definitely. Because if it doesn't work for Rodgers, you have a pick to try to go up there and get someone there as well.
Yeah, but are you going to be in a position to take a quarterback next year if Kirk Cousins even wins you like 6 games?
I mean,
you know what I mean?
So yeah, maybe not, but you will be if you don't get Kirk Cousins or Aaron Rodgers and you're stuck with Mason Rudolph.
Good point. Yeah, they're playing the cards.
And then you got one of your favorite guys on the defensive side of the ball to take place of Cam Hayward, who's closer to retirement than his prime of his career. He's still balling, but now you have a nice defensive guy up the middle as well to pair with TJ Watt.
I'm really interested to see what they do here. Because
this is a pick I'm watching.
This is there's only been 2 wide receivers taken so far, right? Tet and Mecca. Is that it?
Yeah.
Well, Travis Hunter too.
Oh,
number 2 overall.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I wanted to ask you. What did you think about the trade with Cleveland and Jacksonville?
Gladstone really put his nuts on the table. You know,
He
the young
did.
GM there. I mean, that's a big boy trade. I mean, he moved up from 5 to 2. They gave up a 2nd-round pick and a 1st-round pick in 2026, if I'm not mistaken. But I think it could be worth it, man. I mean, Trevor Lawrence, when he was at his best at Clemson, he was throwing to some bigger guys on the outside or people that could attack at the high point. And we already know what Brian Thomas Jr. could do. We've already seen that. But I think adding Travis Hunter there, a guy that, man, so athletic, such a weapon, and still needs refinement in his route running, sure, but we know guys can do that. But the athleticism, his superpower of attacking the ball at its highest point, I think you can just feed it to him on short, shallow crossing routes, quick little screens. Just get the ball in this dude's hand, and he's a weapon. I think it was a statement by Jacksonville, Liam Cohen there, the new head coach, that, you know, this is it. We're going to score some points. And honestly, big up for Trevor Lawrence. Dude really has no excuses at this point. Like the table's set for him. Now he's just got to sit down and eat.
That's what we were saying earlier. He really does have no excuses now when it comes to quarterback play because he's got, you know, a Heisman winner on one side of the ball. You had a rookie that exploded last year, Brian Thomas. You've got, you know, ETN and Bigsby are a decent 1-2 punch. They do need to take a tight end. That wouldn't shock me if they take a tight end at some point during this draft.
Well, there's still plenty of good tight ends.
Yeah, for sure. Do you think that Mason Taylor could be the pick here? I don't think he should be a 1st-round pick, but he's been getting that buzz lately.
I don't see another tight end in the 1st. Yeah. Go ahead, Rich.
Okay.
No, I think the Eagles are showing play for Taylor at 32.
I've seen that one
I don't think they should be. I personally like Ferguson later, maybe 3rd round. But if the Eagles do go Taylor with their 1st pick, then that means Goddard is inevitably gone. But again, just like when you take the position before you trade the guy, his value is going to go out the fucking window. So I don't know. I'd be interested. Also, well, I don't want to get ahead of myself talking about the Eagles pick. I just keep seeing teams go up, and I keep seeing Malachi Starks still not come off the board. So I'm like, please stay there. Stay right there. Stay right there. But
They took the full clock here.
There's only been one trade too so far, huh?
That's
Yeah.
wild. I thought it would have been a lot more movement. I thought there was going to be a lot more movement, and I
Did
thought
they
there would have
lose
been
this
movement
pick?
of players.
Yeah, true.
Lost pick.
Okay, the pick is in. Yeah.
No, it says lost pick.
Scared us, Mike.
Yeah.
Scared
No,
us, Mike.
it said it. It said lost pick. What that mean?
Yeah. It said
You
last
showed
pick.
Huh? It said lost. Or wait, no, it said
last
lost.
pick. It said last. I
Did
was
it?
saying lost pick because they took the whole time.
I was getting confused by the big idiot with the electrical tape on his face. Dude, sorry.
They're making a draft day type of move. Like, all right, tell me
Yeah.
what's wrong, but let's go after. They're drafting Dave Putney.
Dave Putney.
What do we think? Amari on Hampton?
I would
I'm
love
hoping.
it.
I'm
I would
hoping.
love it.
Harold
think it's
Fannin, let's
Hampton.
go.
Please.
I'm gonna
I
lock
love
in
it.
with Hampton or Omarion.
Okay.
Did Goodell get lost? He still hasn't come out of the tunnel yet.
His bicycle got a
uh,
flat.
His bicycle got a flat. I'm dead.
Come on, LA.
I know, man.
Have they
It's
still-
good-
have they still not
Wait.
made
They're
a
having
swap?
a mid performance. They were like, what was that? They're having a performance in the middle.
Are they really?
Dude, look at him. No, this guy. Oh, look at the guy. Look at him with no face mask on. You couldn't fucking pay me to dress up like that. You couldn't pay me. We're like, yo, we're gonna pay you. You gotta look like a smacked ass on TV, but we're gonna pay you. Absolutely not.
Is that what they do? You think they have plants? Like they pay fans?
Got
to
him.
look
They
like-
have to.
They have to.
Yeah.
I have to. Come on, would you dress up like that on fucking TV?
Yeah, probably.
If they paid me,
Yeah,
I'd
they
do
paid
it.
Me, yeah.
At
Hell
Marvin
yeah.
the Martian
I'd be a
Man's
plant.
helmet? No.
Roger Goodell, I will be a plant for you. Please pay me.
In case
I
you're
will
one
show
of
up
the
in a mirror
313 watching, yeah, yeah.
Let's see. I mean, they took enough time. They better not screw this up.
Let's fucking
There
go.
you go. There you
That's
go.
my 102, boys. There it is.
There you go.
That's the 102.
Good move.
Love it. Love to see it. That is
Let's talk about it. Omarion Hampton with the Chargers, a Harbaugh, like Greg Roman calling up some run. Like, come on.
they're
This
about
is
to
you know
what
shit out of
dreams
it.
are made of.
Yep. Yep.
The
They got
pick
two
between what
tackles.
was it?
They got two
What was it,
tackles now,
6?
Slater and God.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. The pick between what Genti at 6 and him at 22. I don't think there was that much of a fall off
No.
between
Especially with the
the
landing
two
spot.
players. So yeah,
Hell yeah. That's a great pick. But they've got Slater, they got Joe Alt, they got Justin Herbert, who could sling it. They might just ground it down this, and just run it through Amari Hampton. That's going to be fun, man.
Okay. AFC West, man. It's welcome back. We got Genti with Pete Carroll there and Chip Kelly, Las Vegas. and we
Chip
and
Kelly,
we know
huh?
what they want to do. Yeah.
Chip Kelly, huh?
Sorry,
Yeah.
I forgot who I'm with. My bad. My bad.
Touchy subject, dude. Touchy subject.
Actually, that's for SC too. Oregon. Chip Kelly. It's a touchy
Oh, yeah.
subject for him too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quack, quack, quack,
Yeah.
Mr.
That's back in
Duckworth.
the day.
My wife is a Niners fan too. Chip Kelly hurt them a little bit. as
Oh,
well.
shit,
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
What do you think about this pick, SC? We haven't heard your opinion on this yet.
I get it. I knew Najee wasn't gonna be their full-time guy. They only had him on a 1-year contract.
Are you about to try to bring me down?
No, I mean, this is reality of what we're all thinking now, right? I had him at 102 prior before this draft even happened, and I like that pick. But at the same time, they do have a guy in Najee there as well. But they've dealt with injuries, and they know how to cycle through back since their time back in the Baltimore as well, right? So this is something where he come in and do some stuff with Roman and it'll be nice to see. Hampton should be the guy that took him in the first. They invested in, but let's not forget Najee Harris was a first-round pick, was he not? So
and he's never been injured either.
He's always been consistent and ran for the ball. Ran over 1,000 yards in each of his 4 seasons. Definitely an underrated back. I feel like because he's not the big and flashy one as we wish he was. Hampton does fit that role. Definitely is a hard role pick. But when you're thinking about it, I think people do have to question, okay, is there going to be a split backfield? Are they going to try to run both of them instead of have one full workhorse?
Wow, are you reading this real quick? First round wide receiver drought. The Packers have not selected a first round wide receiver since 2002.
2020. It's going to wait, first round
2002.
I read since 20. As you were saying, since I'm reading first round picks since 2020.
Okay.
Like, wow.
Yeah, it was
You're
Javon
back.
Walker, which I don't even remember who that is at this point.
Yeah. That's a good point, though, SC, about Najee. Like, you can't forget about him because he's going to get his. Najee gets shit on a lot in the community, but he's a good back. Consistently will get you 1,000 yards. He doesn't miss time with injuries, what I'm trying to say.
Right.
So, I mean, the backfield's probably going to be split. I mean, most of the NFL is split nowadays, so it's going to be interesting, though, seeing how they split those touches between them and what real roles that they have. What do you guys remember what the contract was for Najee? Was
I think
it
he got a year. Yeah,
It was a year. It wasn't big. Hold on, man.
I think it was 8
year.
years.
So
1 year, 8.
So we got Najee right
9.2.
now. Okay, so yeah, it's a prove it deal.
Yeah.
1 year. Yeah. Well, we got some competition in the running back room. You know, you got the hungry rookie of first round contract, so you got that 5th year option on Omarion as well.
Right.
I am so excited for that pick. I really am. Like I don't love the fact that he's got, the competition in Najee, but I mean, in reality, most of the NFL has competition in the backfield now, at least somebody.
I would have rather enjoyed Denver or the Steelers for Omarion.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I agree there, but they obviously went a different direction. But I do like this fit for him as well. Do we think the Packers go any type of dynasty offensive relevant players here, or do they go defensive side of the ball? Maybe safety? Or no, they're
going to go with a guy you've never heard of. That's what's going to happen. There's plenty of good wide receivers out there. They're not going to take them. One thing you can count on is Green Bay not taking of an offensive playmaker.
Y'all think offensive play? I think this is a move where Will Johnson goes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'd be a good pick.
We saw Barron go already. I think that was one of their top guys on the board. And now I think we'll go after who they think their second defensive back is.
I've heard a lot of chatter about Jair Alexander being traded, and that kind of seems like it died off a little bit. But I mean, if that happens, maybe he does end up getting dealt at some point. Maybe. We'll see. I mean, the later we're getting here, the longer teams are taking on the clock. So I don't know what's happening here. If we were flying the first 15, and then all of a sudden, Atlanta took the whole clock. The Chargers took the whole clock. Green Bay's probably about to do that. Oh, they're shaking hands in their draft room, so you would think they have an idea of what they're doing, but we'll see. Also, they probably are going to milk this because it's in Green Bay, and they're going to be like, "Oh, blah, blah, blah." Yeah." It's going to be a long
true
time before they pick
another tight end. Musgrave, Kraft, and who else? Taylor. We're going to run the first ever 3 tight end set. It should be wide receiver. You should go wide receiver.
They'll never do it, though. They'll never do it. What's your so what you said? Corner SC? Is that what you said as well, Dustin?
Yeah, I agree with SC on that. I think that's a good take. That just feels like a Green Bay pick. Get a premium position, lock down that side, just keep it rolling. It's their process. Can't really fault it, but man, I'm really feeling for our dynasty rookie drafts right now, man. It hasn't been a lot of excitement.
Luther Burden.
Oh,
Luther
that
Burden.
would be fun.
That would be fun. Burden.
I think him and
I'm giving Green Bay hope now. Any Green Bay fan.
But that I also like as much as the Green Bay wide receiver is open, it's also very clogged, right? They have a lot of mouths where they don't even know what they're trying to feed. If Luther Burden goes there, it's like, what does that do for him? I mean,
the thing is, they got guys that are worth. They got a bunch of guys that are worth day 2 picks. So
true.
I really like
get a day
Reed.
1 pick.
I really like Jaden Reed, but they only give him like 5 snaps.
Luther-
5 snaps a game.
They give him
Five
5
snacks.
snacks a game.
Yeah.
What kind of snacks they got there?
Luther Burns, that'll be a
Snack?
Texan.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
That would actually be a really good pick for them if they
Who
did
did you
that,
say?
because they obviously need Luther Burden to the Texans. He said.
No,
I could get with that.
right here, dude. Here he goes.
Come on, Goodell. Get your old ass up there and make the announcement.
No, there ain't no even. I thought they took the podium out. This is gonna be. I thought they were gonna make it all crazy because it's in Green Bay. Button your jacket for Christ's sake. That's one of my biggest pet peeves, dude. If you're walking out, dude, you got to have your fucking jacket buttoned. Come
He
on.
yelled about that during WrestleMania for a good 30
Nice.
minutes about Michael
always
Cole
will,
not
dude.
having a button jacket.
If you stand up, you button automatically.
About that, who not having a button? Paul Heyman.
Well, Paul Heyman and Michael Cole didn't have a button on their. They didn't button their
Stand
jacket.
up with your suit all open and shit. Come on. Look put together, dude. How about that crowd running in? Crazy,
He's
right?
like-
Who's that from?
He's like, how about this atmosphere? He's reading it from a card. Like he's like,
It sounded like it was from. It sounded like it was from the fucking Hangover. How about that right in? Huh?
You know what it
I used
sounds
to
like?
be a one-man wolf pack.
Remember the COVID years of wrestling when Stone Cold was like, "Give me a hell yeah!" There was nobody out there.
Yeah. I just want to boo this whole pick because they're like, we don't like the tush push. We don't boo. Boo this fucking man. Boo him. Yeah, all right, dude. I'm wearing my sunglasses. It's fucking 9 o'clock at night.
I was about to say the same thing.
Look at me.
Well, what time is it in Wisconsin right now?
Fucking 9 o'clock.
9:45.
Time zone.
Yeah.
You have no idea how time zones work, Mike.
No.
You're
Somebody's
like
either
fucking,
ahead
you're
or
fucking
behind us.
perplexed by time frames. Dude.
Behind us, I have no fucking idea. I know what time it is here.
There you go. What is it? 10:45 there, East Coast.
Yeah.
Just make the fucking pick, man.
Oh my god, old man, Jesus.
Matthew Golden, they took a wide receiver.
I wasn't far off, dude. I wasn't far off.
They did need a speed guy with Christian Watson.
Yeah.
You know,
He kind
Luther
of feels
Burden
like
is
the
better.
he kind of feels like the rest of the guys that they have in there. I mean, I guess he's technically fast, right? But I don't know. It just feels like a lot of the same.
That's a nice necklace.
like I said, just a clogged room where they don't know what they
Yeah,
want to do
clogged
with their
room,
wide
yeah.
receivers.
Just a bunch of dudes that like.
someone's out. Someone's going to be out.
well, they did talk about trading Romeo Dobbs at one point, so that could be one of the guys that's out because he held out at some point during the season, right? He got suspended because he was upset with his timeshare.
Mhm.
So I could see him.
He's got
possibly getting traded
he's got a
out.
timeshare. Where's he got a timeshare at?
Fuck off. You know what I'm talking.
You hear that dude on the radio? He's like, I can help you get out of your timeshare. So he's a southern dude on the radio. He's like, damn, these fucking people are in some trouble. I would help you get out of your timeshare.
So are y'all shocked that Burden has fell so low?
I mean, everything that we were hearing out of, the draft community these past several weeks has been very negative towards Luther Burden. So it doesn't shock me he's starting to fall. I would have been, I still would have. I would have taken him here over Matthew Golden, but that's just me. I know.
I was like on one name or the other. I landed on Burden, but I'm not surprised that they took Golden. But I mean, am I surprised they took a wide receiver in general? Yeah, good for them. Finally, I really hope I hope it works out.
So where are you taking Golden in your rookie drafts?
Good question. So we've got who we have off the board.
I got
so
Jordan.
far?
I got Jordan. I got Jordan Love on my team, so that'd be nice.
Because so right now, Jinsey, Hunter, Ward probably off the board 1, 2, 3,
Mhm.
right? Then you can argue Tet,
Hampton,
Hampton at 1-4. Okay.
probably. Yeah.
And then, so you have 4 people. Then you have Tet, Loveland, or Warren, which is
Okay.
what,
I mean,
Evan?
I'm in tight end premium, so I'm taking Loveland for sure because Loveland. I mean, he's 6'5", and he
Where'd he
burns
go?
guys, dude. So he's more of a wide receiver type.
Where'd
Chicago,
Loveland go? Chicago?
Chicago,
Okay.
Chicago.
At 10.
Yeah.
which is surprising to me. He went that high.
I'm not surprised.
Are you taking Golden over Egbuka?
No. Wait, where did Emeka go?
Tampa.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay.
I'm taking Golden all day over fucking Ibuka. That's not even a question. I don't even sneeze at that.
Okay.
Depending on what I'm
You
trying
got
to do.
you got Godwin, you got Evans there. Nah, I don't feel like waiting.
You don't feel like waiting for Godwin to leave and for Egbuka to take over that role?
Yeah. He just re-signed a 3-year deal, right?
Yeah.
Was
he
it
did.
3 years or 2 years?
I think
3?
it was 3.
Yeah, they could
I
definitely
think it
trade him
was.
now too. Evans has 1 year on his contract, I think, after signing a 2-year last year.
Yeah, 1 year left.
Yeah, and they drafted McMillan last year, I think, in the third
Yeah.
Yeah.
or fourth. Crowded room. I think
well, so
Golden
did Green
probably
Bay, though, too.
true, but I think Golden probably definitely has a better chance to be the main dude there.
That's
You
fair.
know.
I could see that.
Yeah. I don't know. Golden was a tough one for me to evaluate just because wasn't really much there. I mean, I liked what he did in the playoffs,
Agreed.
but I don't know. He just wasn't one of my guys. I might need to go back and look at it because
Rewatch.
there
Yeah.
might be some bias.
No, I know consensus was on him too, and same. Like he wasn't one of my guys either. You know, I was even looking at him like a top 5 receiver. I think the speed helped him out a lot. A lot of people fell in love with that and said, "Oh, this is our guy now." You know, but how many first round or how many wide receivers have we seen run like a 4.3 speed and not be relevant in the NFL?
A lot.
Exactly.
That combine really helped him out a lot to move him up. He has the traits, right? He could definitely do something, but again, you could ask, is Love the guy that's going to feed him like that? Too.
Right. Yeah. I don't
This
know.
is
You're
a
probably
question.
right. It probably is Golden over Emeka, but I think Emeka's the safer play just because I believe in that PPR, get open quickly type wide receiver that Emeka is, like almost like a JSN type wide receiver.
Right, for sure.
How does this affect Jordan Love?
Big.
I think this is big for Jordan Love. Maybe a healthy wide receiver.
I think it's big for Jordan Love, but I'm still taking Baker
over Love
in terms of the new additions. Sure, because they have so much more in Tampa than they do in Green Bay.
Yeah, it's Love over Baker for Dynasty. Like if you're talking 4 to 5 years down the line, but if you're talking trying to win in a 1 to 2 year window, for me, it's Baker Mayfield all day.
Absolutely.
That was a quick pick, dude. That was a quick.
They know what they're doing.
Eamon Wari, that safety.
Oh man, that dude's a monster.
I love that pick right here. Brian Flores.
Corner.
Nope, Donovan Jackson guard. Okay.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense. Protect your
need that too.
Protect your quarterback who got hurt last year.
Keep Malachi Starks coming down. You know who's going to take him? Nah, maybe not. Baltimore.
Yeah, safety or defensive line seems like a very Baltimore pick coming up.
Well, say they got fucking what's his name? The guy I wanted over Jordan Davis. What the fuck's his name?
Did they really?
Yeah, Baltimore
Did
took
the Giants
safety.
did trade? The Giants did.
Oh shit!
Giants.
Yeah, here it comes.
They go
You know who it's going to be, baby. Who's it going to be?
You know who it's going to be. It's that Shador Sanders.
Mm-mm.
Come on,
I think
right
it
here.
is.
We're throwing darts. We're throwing darts.
We're throwing darts.
We're
We're throwing darts now.
All right,
Let's
so
see. It's a quarterback. It's a quarterback, right? It's got to be a
gotta be.
quarterback.
It's
You
gotta
don't
be.
trade back into the first for a fucking running back. Why should be Travion Henderson? That's not a real take, guys. That's not a real take. I think it's Shador. I just feel like he fits in that New York media too. Him and Neighbors would be great. Like if you give Shador time to throw in the pocket, I'm not saying he's elite, but he's gonna hit those guys there.
Yeah. They just
I'm
pulled the
trying-
Texans without as much capital, right? Because Texans did the whole Anderson
Will
and then Stroud. They got Abdul Carter, and then they went and got their quarterback as well.
Just flipped it a little bit later. I could
The New York
I
Giants
could get behind it.
Darius Alexander, Toledo.
Listen, right
I
now,
would
if
think so.
anyone is ahead
Fuck you, Mike.
on airing, do not give anything away.
Yeah, please don't. I hate that.
Don't give anything.
No,
away.
I don't. I'm
give
I'm
anything
watching
away.
the NFL Network stream.
Yeah,
I know, but I feel like we're all we're all not in sync somehow.
Well, with 4 people in different time zones, it kind of makes sense.
I know,
Right.
dude, you and your time zones again.
Yeah.
Different parts
all
of the
right.
earth. Yeah.
So we've got Dustin taking Dustin taking SC, Dustin taking Sanders, Rich taking Dart. SC, who do you got?
I think Sanders.
Sanders.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that's.
What do you think, Mike? What about you?
So, from my understanding, they did the most homework on Sanders out of everybody, right? So that makes me think it's going to be Sanders. But the most recent thing I heard was that Jackson Dart is what Brian Dable wants. So, go ahead.
What I won't.
The trade, I just want to say the trade real quick. Giants get pick 25, Texans move back to pick 34, pick 99, and the 2026 third.
Nice.
That's not bad.
It's a good little haul for them. I wonder if the Texans wanted Egbuka there. That's who I had been mocking to them a lot was Emeka Egbuka. So I wonder if maybe because he was taken, they felt inclined to like, all right, let's move back. Maybe there's somebody we like on our board. Yeah, going back to potentially Jackson Dart there with New York. Wasn't it the GM's son today, like on IG, posted something about Jackson Dart, and then his account went to private? There was something. It was a big sleeper blast.
Well, Nino was saying, and I wasn't sure what he was talking about because I hadn't seen this. He said that the owner or the GM for the Giants got pissed that the Dart information leaked out. So I don't know if maybe.
Yeah, it was by his son.
Was
yeah,
it?
It was by his son, which is the same kid that told his dad to draft Jaden Daniels last year.
Yeah, they ain't lying, dude. I mean, the kid's got a knack for talent. But
Yeah, the
let's
kid
all
knows
go
ball.
like this. Let's go like this, everyone.
To be honest,
Because
though,
it's happening.
I'll do it with you, Rich.
We're throwing darts. There we
Throwing
go.
darts, baby.
See, we're throwing darts. We're throwing darts. Come on, Michael. Throw
Let's
the
see.
dart. Throw the
Pick is
dart.
in.
I think it's going to be. Fuck. I don't know who it's going to be. You know what? I'm going to say.
Get
Dart.
off the fence.
I'm going to say Dart.
Get off the fence. All right, so
God
we got
damn,
Shador
dude.
on this side. I'm gonna say that was all smoke. It was greatly fabricated smoke, and really it was Shador all along.
So wait, who's the pick? Who's got Shador? Dustin, SC, you both got Shador, or what do you got?
yeah.
Shador.
Okay.
You know, I don't. Now this is crazy though. Shadur's gonna sit, right?
Is
You
he
have
get?
Rustin Jameis there.
That's good.
You're gonna have Shadur start.
I don't know. He's got his giant necklace
That's it.
on, and he's laughing.
He's been doing that this whole time. I think there's some.
Yeah, he really has been laughing this whole time. Every time I think he's excited about something, he's not getting picked.
Because he's already like made more than his rookie contract. So what, like,
True.
Probably.
whatever.
Well, I don't think they. I don't know how true this is. I might need to look into this, but I heard that he didn't take any NIL money during his time.
I
at
don't
CU.
believe that.
Him and Travis Hunter. I'm not sure how true that is. Something my wife told me. So I mean, she's pretty locked in though. She knows her shit.
Yeah.
But I gotta look into that.
I mean, it'd be hard to believe though. Like they're probably fucking throwing money at them, dude. They're probably throwing money.
Yeah.
Better be Dart Milrow or nothing. Dart Milrow, I don't know who that is, but I know Jackson Dart and Jalen Milrow. Spence. I think I know what he means. I'm just messing, but yeah,
Right.
Jalen Milrow would. I mean, we talked about that on the episode that SC and Dustin were on. That would kind of make sense, but I don't know if they do it here.
Well, it makes sense that's a Giants pick, right? They take a quarterback who's like way too high, like they did with fucking Daniel Jones. They drafted Daniel Jones, and they were like, "Who the
Well,
fuck
one
is
played
Daniel
at
Jones?"
Alabama, one played at Duke. It's a little different.
Yeah. One will turn
I
out.
like
don't know.
Milrow. Just not. I don't. Think
Not
right
not
now.
here. Not at
Yeah,
25.
not here.
Milrow at the fucking second quarterback? Absolutely not.
Did he end up going to the draft?
Look at this guy with
I
the
think he
blonde
did,
mullet
yeah.
with his hair attached to his. Look at him. He's like, I can't stand people who go to these things. Like, where's my helmet? I'm gonna wear my helmet the whole time.
We're gonna get you out there, Rich. We're gonna get you out there. We're gonna get you dressed.
I was there,
crazy.
dude.
Let's
Bro,
do
I
it.
was out there in 2017. Did not wear a helmet. Like,
Just
nah.
wore Eagles jersey, huh? Something classic.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Yep, and a hat.
Here we go. Look, go like this. Go like this. Bullseye, baby. Bullseye. Bullseye.
So the watch.
It
I'll
is.
have a watch on, but you gotta show the wrist.
The 25th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the New York Giants select Jackson Dart.
Oh shit, Rich!
All
right. Jackson
2 for
Dart.
2. Look at it.
And he gets to sit. That's what I like about this pick is that he's going
Yeah.
to be able to sit because he is a guy that he's not ready to be out there right away. But you know what? You tie him up with a guy like Brian Daboll, he gets to sit and learn behind Russell Wilson. It's a good spot for him. He's cross-controlled now. You get that 5th-year option on him. This might extend the GM, hopefully, and Brian Daboll. You know, he's got his quarterback. He hasn't really had his guy. He inherited Daniel Jones and just kind of ran with it and worked with it. Now you're truly getting him his guy, and you already got Malik Neighbors there, and you know there's a solid core starting to build up there. So I'm excited about this. I like it. I've been the resident Jackson Dart hater.
I love Jackson.
But I do.
I'm the
I like this spot for him. I like this spot for him because he gets to sit and learn. That's the key for me. If he was going to a place like Pittsburgh where we were expecting him to start right away, I wouldn't have been as in.
And it's funny because he gets to learn from polar opposites of the spectrum as a quarterback. You got Jameis Winston, who's just going to absolutely air it out and throw like 40 interceptions. And then you got
That's
Russell
right.
Wilson, who's going to throw like 4 interceptions, but like 200 yards at this point in his career.
But we don't really know because it's like you have the Ole Miss offense who kind of caters towards the quarterback. So it's like he's going to get to the NFL and kind of be able to be molded towards whatever they want. You know what I mean? So it's like this is interesting. I've said it all along. Jackson Dart's the second best quarterback in this draft. This is proven. Sanders is going to be a 2nd-round pick. Him and his big ass necklace are fucking sick about it. Congratulations, you're going to.
People are trading
overall
up.
to Cleveland.
The Falcons just traded up too. People are trading up though.
Wait, the Falcons
Dart's
are
off.
trading up?
Yeah, the Falcons just moved up
To where?
For what?
to this next pick.
Next pick. They're up
Yeah.
now.
Oh, Malachi Starks. It's going to be Starks or Pierce. That's
Also,
fucking-
just a fun fact though, the last quarterback the Giants took in the first was also from Ole Miss, and it's that guy Eli Manning who won the
Oh,
Super Bowl.
yeah. I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
Also, Ole Miss. That's
do
a
you
good.
want to hang out with us for
Yeah.
a little bit longer, or do you have to bounce?
I'll go stay, man. I'm having a good time.
All right.
If you'll have me, yeah.
Falcons.
Yeah, because I know you
Absolutely.
and Ben,
So-
me and SC had talked about it, so I know you and Ben are buddies. So he'll be
Yeah.
on shortly. So we'll keep,
Dope.
keep it going.
Falcons, they get the 26th pick and the 2025 third. The Rams got the 2nd round, number 46, a 26 first round, and a 25 7th round pick.
Good for them for
Yeah.
getting the first, which is a crazy
Yeah.
haul. But that really kind of surprises me, dude, because I thought the Rams could have potentially taken either Dart when they traded out of that or Shador, because you know Matthew Stafford and how much longer is he going to play? You know what I mean? I felt like that was kind of the right time for them to come in. Stafford would play and then kind of hand it off to either Sanders or Dart, which within 2 or 3 years. That's a surprise for me. That's definitely.
What about
That's
Luther
interesting.
Burden here?
That's why I thought they might move up to trade, but
Oh, okay.
I think they're going. I think he has someone like Imanori, right? Someone
okay.
that's closer to home, just a stud. They need defensive help. They have Penix.
They
right?
do.
I think
I know they could get a wide receiver in a second. You're going to take some defensive studs here and build up, pairing with Jesse
fair.
Bates. You know, so
Yeah, Raheem
I
Moore,
know-
Raheem Moore, the head coach. He's gonna like that. I like the Imanwara pick, like you said. Defensive back coach Raheem Moore used to be. He's gonna like to shore that up.
And I think,
But-
man, I think Justin Simmons is a free agent,
He is.
safety wise. So unfortunately, I think I see my Eagle pick dwindling here. I hope it's not Starks. I hope it's not Starks. I hope it's not Starks. Say it ain't so.
I will not go.
Turn the lights off.
Carry me home.
Da-na-na-na-na-na.
With the 26th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Atlanta Falcons select James Pierce Jr.
James Pierce, pass rusher.
Okay.
That's a good
Okay.
There you
pick.
go.
That's a
a
pick.
good
That
pick.
was another guy.
Line.
That was another guy that we had going to the Birds. But all right, cool.
So Shador is definitely sliding at least to
Yeah,
the second,
second
round. here.
round.
There's not another
Think
team.
about it. He's throwing up with all over his big fucking necklace. So that's fucking.
He loves
That's
that.
wild.
Can
necklace.
you imagine? Can you imagine if he came to the draft? He'd be sitting in the
Oh,
cup
God.
chair there in the corner, and we'd just be panning to him every minute, just looking at him
Oh
like,
yeah,
"Oh my
dude,
god,
the
how
hell
fu-
yeah, they would. Dude. The fucking, he's like the fucking Brady Quinn. That yeah, dude. Where's he go now? I guess Cleveland.
Yeah.
Cleveland probably. He's probably going 33. But you know what?
I
That takes off the 5th year. That takes off the 5th year option.
Yeah, yeah, that's big.
That's big. Yeah.
Maybe there's a team that trades up with Philly or KC. One of those
Ah,
teams. I
yeah.
mean, like you can afford to
Yeah.
like take him
I've
31,
seen that.
32.
I've seen that.
No,
rumor
take
they might
Stark.
move back.
Take Starks at 32.
Man, that would be a great pick for Howie. He can't, man. That's the Jesse Pinkman meme right there. Like he can't keep getting away with this.
Right.
Get away with this.
Yeah,
He's like he went to Georgia. Well, here it
Better
comes.
take him.
Yep.
Hey, it's
Now,
a good process.
The Falcons took 2 defensive linemen in the first round, right? They took Pierce at this pick, and who was the was it?
Jalen Walker.
Oh, the linebacker. Yeah, my fault.
Yeah,
2 studs
But-
though from the SEC.
yeah. Great.
You know they
Great
know how to play
picks.
ball. They will build that. Their defensive line wasn't anything. They were getting any kind of pressure last year,
No.
and that's what they missed in running type of game, right? To have that, you have someone like Kamara, you had the Bucky Irvin eating all over you, right? And Chuba Hubbard even. So they needed someone to add that and add pressure towards those quarterbacks. These are, again, we hate the picks for fantasy, but some of these picks are really great for what the teams are, right? The NFL side.
Yeah, it might be almost time to move up in your rookie drafts. Like try to move up as best you can to get that elite talent because it's a lot falling into the second round. It looks like right now. I don't think Ball's What's that?
That means players are gonna drop. You know, people might not like the Ibuka move, right? As even as a first round pick, they may be like, "Hey, it's crowded." Oh, hey, Matthew Golden's crowded. You know, Dart sitting the year. So now you may have some guys later at year 112, 201, 202, 203 that drop that are first round capital.
Absolutely. That's a great point, SC.
Well, the Falcons are
great
idiots.
point.
I completely disagree with
Yeah, I
this pick.
disagree with that. It's easy for us to say that because we think of it from that fantasy football lens, but like SC alluded to, or not even alluded to, he literally mentioned those are great foundational picks for the team.
Yeah.
You need pass rushers. You need.
I do agree
linebackers
with this
and-
part.
Yeah.
This part of his
You guys agree with this port?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, earlier you were probably trying to grab as many firsts as you can to move up and get a running back, something like that. Now you could trade for a back end first for a little bit cheaper than what you had to pay and still save yourself some capital as well.
I am interested to see where these running backs go day 2. There's still some juicy landing spots there that it's going to be open. I mean, day 2 draft cap for running back is still really good and still
for sure.
worthy of being taken first round in your rookie drafts.
Jonathan Taylor was taken in the second.
Never should have, but yes, sir.
I do like that we have 2 first round running backs in this class, though. In the first round, I mean.
Yes.
I think that.
Oh, I want
is
some money.
definitely-
Actually, want some money from that. Thank you for reminding me.
Did
I
you?
want a little bit of money of it. Yeah, just a personal bet with a friend. He might be. Hopefully, he's watching right now. Dimitri, you owe me $20, man.
Call him out. Oh,
Yeah.
we have a visitor. It appears. SC, I'm going to need your help. Have me set this up because I screwed this up. Holy God!
Hey, look at that.
Hey, what up? What up, guys?
What's going on, man?
You know, I've been really enjoying so much. Like,
Hold
like
on.
the last
looks
couple of
like-
trade.
We got to do a little something different here. Hold on.
That works.
Oh, I was gonna say
There we go.
Ben looks like he
There
took
we
a
go.
mushroom. Took a couple mushrooms before
Maybe.
this. He leveled up.
Maybe. You
Super-
gotta
Super
take the
Dynasty
mushroom
Bros.
warm up, man. Hey, how's
Well,
it going,
Ben,
guys?
welcome aboard. How's it going? We see your, was that a St. Brown jersey you got on?
Yes, sir. Got to rep the Lions. We're coming up here
Nice.
soon. Right after the Ravens here, but
What do you think?
yeah,
they're
no,
taking?
I think it's got to be Mike Green was already taken. That
he's still there.
That was going to be the pick that I
He's
would have
still there.
loved.
Mike Green's still there.
He was. Oh shit! It's got to be Mike Green then. There was a lot of talk with the Chargers of whether they were taking Hampton or Mike Green. There was some smoke and mirrors on X, and
was
so
there?
I thought that he was taken already, but yeah, no, he's still there. I think that's the top pick right now for the Lions.
Real quick, guys. As much as I would love to stay, my wife did tell me that dinner is ready, so I'm gonna go eat some dinner here. I'm gonna switch it back for you, Mike. Great talk, guys. Big Mac, enjoy the show, man. You're paired with some excellent guys. And I hope a running back sneaks in the back end of the first. I would love that.
Come on.
Have a great one.
SC, good chilling with you, brother. Always a good
Yeah,
time.
sure. My bad.
Nope, you kicked Ben out. God.
Yep. My bad.
Come on, guys.
All right, guys. Take it easy. Have a great one.
Enjoy dinner.
Peace, brother.
I'm just sitting here on the sidelines.
Yeah.
He said, "I gotta go," and you too, Big Mac. Get the hell out the stream.
What do you got? A refrigerator in your podcast room?
I know, you
Another
see
pick
that? Jesus.
I love, but I'm really pissed at is the Matthew Golden pick. I love that pick, but why do you have to go to the Packers? That's the big one for me.
That's gonna be a good debate between
Fuck
you and
that.
Austin now.
We've been trying to figure out if that's a good move for fantasy or not. Like, I think it is, but like that room is so freaking stacked. Like stacked in, they have a bunch of decent guys. He's probably the best there. I do feel like JD,
Yeah.
but it's just a lot of mouths to feed in that team.
Yeah,
Tucker Kraft,
I
we
think it
forgot
helps
about
Jordan
him.
Love a lot.
Yeah, for sure. A lot of quarterbacks in this draft have no excuses. Trevor Lawrence, Jordan Love, Caleb Williams getting Colson Loveland at pick 10, which I don't think any of us except Rich expected.
Right.
Let's see what the Ravens here.
Yeah. Malachi Starks.
Oh,
Fucking knew it, dude. I fucking told you that, dude. I fucking knew that was going to happen, dude.
You guys
That's
are
the other
fucking
birds.
the Ravens.
such a typical fucking Ravens pick, dude. They take
is.
Kyle Hamilton last year. We're going to take Malachi Starks this year. Fucking jerk off, dude.
Well, here's the thing. You guys are too much.
That fucking
Your
close,
guys'
dude.
teams are too much alike, right?
Yeah.
Like, you guys are competing for the same guys.
I do
That's
like
the one, dude.
the
I'm
dude from
fucking
A&M or South Carolina you mentioned earlier, Dustin.
Eamon Worry, yeah.
Yeah,
He's a stud,
Big
man.
Nate-
Somebody's
Big
going to
fucking
get him
Nate
here at the
Taylor
back
now.
end.
How do you feel about
Take
Barron?
Mason
makes
Taylor.
Dustin, I had texted you and I was like cornerback ... But how do you feel about that pick versus running back?
I haven't really had time to process it, man, but I mean, I can't hate it. I mean, I think
Yeah.
corner is a premier position. If you're looking at roster construction and developing a winner, obviously you want your quarterbacks, and then you want your pass rusher, wide receivers, and then I think corner is right there. So I mean, I can't hate it. I can't hate on it. George Payton, our general manager, has done a really good job with his first round picks. Now we did trade some in that Russell Wilson trade, but his first round picks have been Pat Surtain, Bo Nix, and now Jahdae Barron. Like, can't hate on it. He has a process. And
Yeah, you did. You got two safeties. Wiz. You got two safeties.
but I
damn
mean,
it,
anytime you got a chance to have two lockdown corners,
Mm-hmm.
I'll take it. Like,
Yeah.
I was definitely expecting a running back, but I even was talking to my wife here and even Mike as soon as I hopped on the stream. Running backs are falling. Like, we wanted 2 or 3 to be taken in the first, but we knew that there was a realistic possibility that there was going to be a lot of guys that slide down to the second and even the third, just because of the pure depth of the position. So, I mean, it wasn't what my heart wanted, but I could get behind it. And from a roster construction standpoint, it really makes sense. So I'm happy.
Now, Ben, before the
Yeah.
Lions pick is officially in, what did you think of Hampton going to the Chargers?
I love that. Yeah, and here's the thing: as a Harbaugh guy, and knowing him for what he was here in Ann Arbor, like he wants to feature the back. I was actually in the live with Stupid Dynasty Bros before I hopped in here, and we were talking about how it's going to be kind of a battle between him and Najee initially, but Hampton's going to probably take that job over 100% by the end of the season.
Yeah, for sure. I'm interested to see what the Lions do here. They have to go defensive end, right?
I think it's going to be Mike
TV
Green.
off.
I feel like that's the best available defensive end at this point. Shamar Stewart went.
Shamar Stewart went early.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he went early. I think it was Bengals. Yeah, which is great move.
Oh yeah, that was the Bengals. That was when Matthew Montgomery was on our guest, and he was very ecstatic about that because they've lost Hubbard and they're possibly trading Hendrickson.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens with that. So that is a very good pick by them. I think they're going to take their time here. Go ahead.
I was going to say, how do you guys feel about Emeka Egbuka to the Buccaneers? Because I feel like everybody's like, damn, that wide receiver room is too crowded.
It's clogged. I feel like it's a clogged room for sure. I mean, he's probably he's kind of waiting his way out, waiting for Evans to sail up in the sunset. Chris Godwin just re-signed for 3 years, so it's kind of going to be like he's going to wait his turn. But when he does get his turn, he's going to eat. So it'll kind of be like a slow burn in terms of dynasty production, I think.
He took McMillan's wide receiver 3 job, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think so.
I feel bad for anyone who traded for McMillan this offseason so far.
And there was a lot of people who would trade for him.
See, I kind of said that he was probably a sell because there were some news coming out that they liked Matthew Golden a lot. They were bringing in wide receiver. I say a lot of things, so I don't know. Did I say that?
Somebody mentioned Tep McMillan within like our fantasy sphere, but
possible.
Yeah, I mean Tep McMillan, Matt Golden. There was a lot of wide receiver talk. So I think the Godwin re-signing was. I wonder if you would think they would do it over again, knowing what they know now, them taking Egbuka.
I don't know. I think Godwin is a Baker guy. I think they're trying to load up to give this one last push because they have Evans for 1 year. They have Baker on a 3-year deal. They have Godwin on a 3-year deal. So that window is starting to close pretty quickly. So they're just going to add all the firepower they can, in my opinion, on that offensive side of the ball because they have a decent defense. I love Vita Vea, man. I really do. I think that dude's a monster defensive tackle. But yeah, it's a good football team. I think they're pushing all their chips in at this point.
Yeah, pick is in.
Pick is in. Here we go.
Putting it.
I wonder if they're going to get
looking at Mike Green. Let's go,
Mike Green.
Oh, that is.
Oh,
I have not seen his name mocked in the first round.
No,
that is interesting.
Well,
for Ohio State too.
Yeah, not sure how I feel about that. No, I'm just kidding.
How do you feel right now, Ben?
Here's the thing, right? Like I have told people I have had so much hope in Brad Holmes over the time that he's been here, which has been 4 years now because he started in 2021, and that's when Dan Campbell took the job. They have always hit the draft, and they find their guys. I think if Brad thinks this is his guy for the defense, I'm good with it.
Now, are you in Detroit, or are you just a Detroit fan?
No, I'm
Rich loves the geography.
I love to know where everyone's at.
I'm out of Ann Arbor, so about 30 minutes west of Detroit. Okay. So my wife and I go to Lions games. I went to the draft last year. Like it's good to be able to go into the city and be able to go to games and things like that.
What do you think the Commanders do here? They give Jaden Daniels another weapon?
Can we go Luther
No,
Bird?
they traded for Debo.
Like, yeah,
How
do we
many-
go Luther
How many
Burden
more
or do we
fucking
go
weapons do
running
they
back?
need?
Trevion Henderson.
Travion Henderson.
No,
Travion
they're
Henderson
Jonathan
would
Allen.
be.
They're
That
going
would be-
defense. They're not
Travion
gonna
Henderson would be fun. Travion Henderson would be a lot of fun there.
Take the
Cliff
Austin
Kingsbury
Eckler
knows how
role.
to.
Not for me. Not for me. It would be.
What's that? So
'Cause I'm an
let's
Eagles
play it
fan,
out.
dude.
Hypothetically, okay, fair. Hypothetically, all right. Let's say we get Henderson there in Washington.
Sure.
Who's RB2 in the draft? Is it Henderson there with Chargers? You think it's still Omarion?
I think it's
Hampton?
still Marion with how
I
much
think it's Omarion,
Harbaugh's
yeah.
going to feature him, right?
That we
I
assume
think-
so,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
We assume.
I think you'll probably get more 1-year production out of Henderson if he went here than you will Hampton. But I think the longevity of Amari and Hampton is better, especially with the offensive line the Chargers have, the offense the Chargers have. Henderson, while we think he's really good, has had his injury bug throughout his career as well. So we'll see. I mean, Washington could definitely take him here. You would take that Austin Eckler role. He is a very good pass protector, and they definitely need more protection for Jaden Daniels. So I could definitely see that pick here.
I think they need to go defensive tackle. I mean, they lost Allen. They pretty much said, "Yeah, you're not coming back. We're gonna cut you loose." He went to Minnesota. So I mean, how do you fill that gap?
We'll see. We will see for sure. I mean, it looks like they're going to take their full friggin' time here, of course.
Yeah, of course.
I know. I'm starving half to death here.
Yeah,
guys-
I do need to. I guess I do need to leave after this pick.
Yeah, no problem.
Something
you guys
just
are
came
welcome
up,
to
but-
either hang out till the end or bounce. I know, Ben, you have a party going on in the Super Dynasty Bros Discord chat, so I know I don't go through the whole. But it's up to
I'll
you
probably
guys,
hang
whatever
out
you-
through the Commanders pick as well. I think that's probably the most exciting pick, and I got my own things I got to get back to as well. But
Yeah, no
I think
problem.
that's gonna be the exciting one. The Chiefs also could be an exciting one too if they end up going Trevion if he makes it to them.
That's the spot I've been thinking, but the more and more I think about it, Washington seems like the likely fit,
Yeah.
Herbert loves a quick check down. Daniels take makes a little bit of sense there. Usually the scrambling quarterbacks are not prone to checking down. Typically, we've seen that with like Lamar. We've seen that with Jalen Hurts. So it just depends, but we'll see. I mean, Hampton's been my RB2 for a while now, and the Chargers landing spot is the one we've wanted for almost every running back in this class.
Right.
So
True.
I'm
not gonna let Najee deter me from getting any
No.
Hampton.
No, I'm not deterred by that at all. Now, does anybody move up for a quarterback at this point?
If it is, it's
I
going to be
mean,
at the
who-
Eagles pick.
I just have to say right now that I was standing on my Shadur Sanders. I planted the flag. Now I'm feeling a little bit shitty if he falls to the second.
Getting a little nauseous about that.
We were going pretty
I feel
hard, Ben, the other
pretty
day. Hey, I've been talking that shit about Dart this whole process. So,
That's
like I
true.
said, though, it's a good spot for Dart. It really is. My whole
Mm-hmm.
concern with Dart was being asked to play year one, expected to start year one.
Hey guys,
You know,
I'm probably gonna have
so
to
let-
hop off now. By the way, but it was good. It was good hanging out with you guys.
All right, no
yeah,
problem.
man, you gotta
Have a
do
good
that.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah,
Thanks
go
for
ahead.
joining.
Appreciate it.
Cheers.
Oh God, I don't know how to figure this out again.
You say
I think
that
we're good,
every
man.
single time someone leaves, dude. Every
No,
single
because
time
I don't know
someone
how SC was doing it.
leaves. Then we need to do a practice run on how to do it. Then
But it just makes sense for it would be this feature here. But apparently it just doesn't make sense. All right, we have an empty guest spot here. That's fuck it.
why don't you?
We're at the
click
end of the
fucking
draft.
3 instead of
We've
4?
been on for 3.5 hours. I don't give a hoot.
Let's see. Here it is. Pick is in.
Yep.
With the 29th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Washington Commanders select Josh Carnley Jr.
Who?
Tackle, Oregon.
Told you.
Tackle.
Tackle. I thought he said defensive tackle. I was like, yeah, I was right.
I don't think we get another running back or quarterback in the first round. Why?
You don't think Kansas City takes it? Because Ben's right. I mean, I think that could be the spot.
I mean, maybe. I mean, they're the last one, but at this rate, I don't think you need to. I think they really are just – a lot of teams are okay to wait until day 2, day 3. Take a lot of these guys. For me, I'm not going to punish a lot of these running backs that get that later draft cap either, just because of the pure
But
depth.
what about Buffalo? Because James Cook is being a fucking maniac in Buffalo, so
It's true.
With the money that he wants. Yeah.
There is still some intrigue, I suppose so. All right, fellas, I do got to get off, though. Thanks for having me on.
I appreciate you coming on.
Absolutely, man. Thanks for joining.
Always a good time. Hey, we're going to have to link up again sometime soon, but boys, this was fun.
Man.
For sure. Have a good one, man.
Thanks for coming on, man. Enjoy your night.
You too.
All right, Richard, we're at the tail end here. We're pushing through. We got 3 picks left. Listen, I couldn't figure it out. I doubt you're going to figure it out. Close, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think Buffalo does here?
I don't know. I mean, running backs are nice, but I mean, the safe pick would be a lineman, either way, offensive or defensive. But you got guys like Henderson, you got guys like Judkins that you could potentially see go Buffalo, Kansas City. And then you got us coming up, last pick. I don't know. That's what I mean. I just want to fast forward. I really want to fast forward.
For sure, because you're getting hungry. I'm getting hungry.
I was getting hungry an hour and a half ago. I'm fucking starving.
Especially since we've been on for almost 3.5 hours. This is, I think, the longest stream we've ever done, or was the second round last year just as long, you think? I forget.
I think this might be the longest ever in the history of time. I think my headphones and computer might die, and they were fully charged to begin with.
Yeah, I could see that. Spencer says their safety from South Carolina. I can't say his name. I've never been able to say it. I think that would be a great fit. Dude's super athletically gifted. I think Buffalo would be crazy not to take him here. Although Rich has said he really wanted Malachi Starks. I would really like to see him in Philadelphia, but it doesn't. I don't think it'll happen at this point.
I think someone's going to try to trade up for a quarterback. Like we waited 3 hours to see the Eagles trade out of 32. That's what's going to happen.
Didn't that happen last year to us a couple times when we were on the stream?
And it happened when they took when Lamar was on the board. I'm like, well, this is fun. Thank God I watched the entire time.
Oh, I'm interested to see, because obviously we haven't been on Twitter all night. I wonder what Twitter has been saying about this draft so far and all the Shador Sanders takes and everything like that. I'm sure Campbell would be a classy Eagles pick. Yeah. We could use another linebacker. I mean, Nakobe Dean looked good last year, especially towards the end of the season. Jeremiah Trotter Jr., I think he's got some upside. We really didn't get to see much of him until pretty much the end of the season.
That'd be cool, but there's no shot that the Eagles are taking a linebacker in the first round.
No, I don't think so either. But
there's
it would
no shot. Not a chance.
I can see the Bills going corner here too, now that I think about it. Say let Rasul Douglas go. Which, by the way, how good is Rasul Douglas? But he's a free agent. Like, that dude's just been solid throughout his career.
I feel like he kind of came here. He got drafted here and then kind of petered out. And I mean, he's been good plug and play.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But there's a reason. There's a reason he's still a free agent now. So
remember Sidney Jones? Same draft.
Is he still an NFL football player or what?
I don't think he's signed anywhere. I think this pick is going to be
dude, it's just as no, he's a fucking free agent. He went from 21. He was in Jacksonville, Seattle, the Raiders, Cincinnati. Oh, but that was he was first round talent. If he
Mhm.
didn't tear his ACL, that's what it was.
I think it was his Achilles. Yeah, I was going to say his Achilles.
Oh my
I think
God.
it was. Yeah, for a corner, that's kind of hard to recover from
Mm,
because all the backpedaling and shit you have to do.
sure.
I think a corner could be the selection here or a safety. And also the Bills, like I never put it past Sean McDermott to take like a defensive lineman.
Mm,
Very interesting to see what the Bills do here. Yeah, I kind of agree with what we said earlier too about how our rookie drafts have kind of taken a little bit of a hit. I think we expected a little bit more firepower on
offensive
offense.
players.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, how many offensive players really came off the board? Not that many.
Ward, Hunter,
Genty, McMillan,
Hampton, Genty, Emeka, Golden,
Loveland.
Warren. I think is that it? 8? Or am I missing one? Oh, Dart, 9. Who do they take? Maxwell. Oh, cornerback, Kentucky. Yeah, he's good. This kid. I think he was the fastest 40 in the class in the draft cycle this year. If I'm not mistaken, he had the fastest. 40.
Did we trade up? Did the Eagles traded up?
Oh yeah, we did. Huh. Since when did we do that? That's weird. We moved up one spot, and Kansas City moved back one spot. Like, did they start to think that maybe a team was going to jump the Eagles to get who they wanted? You know, is that the possibility?
Shador Sanders.
Shut the fuck up.
That'd be funny.
No,
I'd have a little. I'd have an LOL.
You want to see Philadelphia explode?
Oh my God! They traded ahead. They traded ahead of Kansas City to take Travis Kelce's replacement. That they thought they're going to take Mason Taylor.
You think so?
No, that'd be an off the wall
guess.
guess.
South Carolina safety.
I mean, I don't know. I truly don't know.
I really don't know either, especially with them moving up. It's not really, like I said, an Eagles thing to do for them to move up.
No, I for sure thought they were trading back.
Now what if they traded up and then traded back?
Yeah.
No, that they definitely.
I mean, they really, yeah. Who would have? They could. I mean, I guess New Orleans could have traded up with the Eagles, but they would have had to give a lot because they need a quarterback. But Shador is as good as a Brown, with 33, I guess.
Yeah, they have 33 and 36 now, right? With that Jacksonville trade, right? Rich,
What? I'm sorry. Someone said they were watching. What? What'd you say?
33 and 36 now, right?
Whom? 33, 34, 35, 36. Yeah.
The Browns, because they traded for that Jacksonville pick. I don't think it's going to be Mike Green here. I don't think so.
It's not going to be Mike Green. I'll bet my bottom dollar. I think.
Yeah, when Howie said they can't look past some of the off the field stuff on certain players, I think he was specifically talking about Mike Green. But we'll see.
So it's going to be Cleveland's going to take Shador at 33, Houston
or 36. Who knows at this point?
No, I think they take Higgins at 33, 36. Should take Higgins at 36. If they took Shador at 33 and Higgins at 36, that'd be a fucking nice move by them. But I don't think I'm gonna say 32 and a fifth 164 overall.
This will be really interesting to see what they do. Tell me they're going to go to commercial. Oh, you
They're gonna go to
sick
commercial.
bastard. You sick bastard. We got 2 picks left.
sick
We're going
fuck. You sick fuck. Oh man.
Is that your CCW chant?
Yeah. I'm just like, it's my almost I'm fucking starving chant. What? What on earth?
This is Roundup for lawns. This stuff works. This stuff kills weeds down to the root without killing your
Oh man. It's the final brain cell. Oh. I am ready for bed.
You got work tomorrow or what?
No, I'm off. You gonna do this tomorrow for day 2?
No.
Rich is like, never
No,
again.
No, I'm not. I'm fucking hungry.
I mean, if you want to bounce, although I know you probably want to stay for the Eagles.
Yeah, I want to bounce for. I'm at pick 31. I might as well. I mean, I'm at 3 hours and 30 minutes, so I might as well leave now.
Oh, there's no way they do anything crazy here, right? Like wide receiver.
No, they take Sanders here. No, I'm just kidding. I'd be happy as shit if they said Jaden Higgins.
Really? Okay.
I think he's that good. I think he
No,
can play
I
all
don't
over the
disagree.
field.
I think he's solid.
You know what I mean?
I would prefer Luther Burton. He kind of fills that slot need.
Yeah, but like I mean, I think Higgins can also play the slot. He has played the slot.
Oh,
and he can play outside.
I did really like when they deployed Devontae out of the slot there last year. I think
I'm
that
kind of
created a mismatch.
worried. I'm worried they take a tight end. I don't want them to take Mason Taylor because I think they can get
Listen,
Ferguson.
I still think they're taking Harold Fanning Jr. at some point in this draft. Obviously not here. But I feel like they brought the Bowling Green head coach here for a reason.
Now, listen, the Sixers did that with fucking Damian Lillard's shooting coach. That didn't mean shit.
It's a little different shooting coach than an actual.
No, they did. They brought his guy. They brought Damian Lillard's guy here. They're like, oh my God, that was a big talk. We're going to get Damian Lillard. And we never did. Come on. A coach is going to go where the money's at. And he ain't going to be like, oh, we're going to bring my guy here. No. I feel like they're going to say Mason Taylor. And I'm going to be like, oh, fuck. Who do I think?
I think it's going to be a defensive player.
Should it be defensive player? Yes. Is it going to be?
All I know is I shouldn't have looked at Twitter.
You already know who the pick is?
Unless it's a fake. It could be. Because they said they tweeted it out 3 minutes ago. Like,
why would you fucking look? You fucking jerk off. The one time you don't look at Twitter all night. Now you look.
I just decided to look. I took a peek. Yeah.
I bet you fucking
don't know who it
did.
is.
We're supposed to. You're fucking annoying, dude.
Let's see who they take.
Oh, no, I don't know who they take. Let's see who they take. I don't know. Fucking jerk off.
Oh, the big hats.
Hmm.
All right, come on, get to the pick. This is ridiculous now.
Why?
The
I mean,
pick
you
has been
already
in
know.
for like 10 minutes.
I know you fucking looked at it.
Well, still, it's still been the pick has been there for 10 minutes. I can't believe we moved up one spot.
Interesting.
Yeah, I thought you were right when you said not taking a linebacker in the first round, but I guess Howie's
That's
had a
the
change of
first-
heart.
That's the first time I've ever seen that from Howie.
I mean, we said the same thing literally last year about cornerback, too. We never thought they would take a corner in the first round. You saying hi to more people?
Mm-hmm.
All right, the Kansas City Chiefs are left. Do we get an offensive dynasty or fantasy relevant player here at this pick, Rich? Yes or no?
Yeah, you're probably going to get. I think you get fucking Kelsey's replacement.
You think so?
I mean, it would be smart.
I like that. I like how excited he is right now. I like seeing the happy and excitedness. I could see them taking like a Travion Henderson here too, Kansas City.
You all right?
Are you all right?
Mm-hmm.
Tell her we're almost there. The NFL just ends up saying, "Psych, we're gonna go round 2 right now."
Yeah. That's when I turned my TV off.
Well, Rich, we made it through some technical difficulties in the beginning. This has been a fun stream, obviously, now that we're on the last pick here. A lot of great guests, a lot of good back and forth the whole time. So,
Agreed. Just trying to figure out.
trying to figure out what.
I don't know much about him, so.
Well, I see the comp as Edrin Cooper, and Edrin Cooper's been a very solid linebacker for the Green Bay Packers, so can't really be mad at that, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
What this means for Nakobe Dean, I'm not sure.
Well, yeah, when you take a linebacker in the first round, it kind of defeats the purpose. What was he, a second or third round pick, Nakobe Dean, a couple years ago?
I think he was the 5th.
Really? That far?
Mm.
Let me Google that. It's a good question. No, he was 83rd overall in the third round.
Okay, 3rd. Wasn't too far off.
Oh, so the Eagles are saying, did you hear that?
Mm-mm.
Rappaport said that the Eagles have been trying to move up to get Campbell since the Chargers pick. So, not bad. You know, you got your guy. You didn't have to give up. Well, yeah, you had to give up a 5th round pick, I guess, right?
Yeah. I mean, they had, 13 picks to kind of trade up for him.
Yeah,
So
we have like 30 picks in the next 2 years or some crazy shit like that. I say we, like we have any
skin in the game.
Yeah. At least it's not. It's finally not another Georgia player.
Yeah.
Alabama, not far off though. So, what do you think Kansas City does here, Rich?
What's their running back room look like?
Kareem Hunt, Isaiah Pacheco.
That probably. I mean, one kind of history repeats itself, I guess. Do they go Junkins? Do they go Hampton?
Hampton's gone.
I meant Henderson. Sorry.
Well, We finally made it. Let's just get this pick on.
Let's see. Mason Taylor.
Oh, yeah? Nice. Is that your pick
I'm
or is that the
guessing.
pick? Ah. No, you're probably right. Oh, either that or you just saw it.
No, I'm guessing. I heard him say potential replacement for Kelsey, and I thought they were going to do that with Goddard. So
Oh, wow.
okay.
Okay, well, Josh Simmons, offensive tackle.
All right.
Josh
So
Simmons.
real
Oh,
quick,
yeah, he
so we
beat
got
us to it.
two.
We just got to it.
We got two good running backs going into day 2 with Judkins and Travion Henderson. We got Mason Taylor. We got Fannin,
Luther Burden,
Luther Burden,
Jaden
Higgins,
Jalen
Royals. Yep. We
Lot
got a
of
lot
still-
of guys that are good.
A lot of good relevant guys left, which is not a bad thing. It's just the top half of your draft is going to be, stacked, and then it's going to kind of fall off a little bit, and then your second round picks will probably be valuable again.
Agreed.
So,
Yeah, I guess that'll do it because I'm starving half to death.
yeah. Well, that'll be it for this live stream of the first round. I appreciate everybody who's been hanging in and hanging on with us. Everybody that we've had as guests, we really appreciate it. And we will see you guys next time. Have a great night.
Peace.